黙祷を捧げたいと思います。ご起立ください。
Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of those who lost their lives in the September 11th terrorist attacks in the United States, we will now observe 1 minute of silence.
黙祷。ありがとうございました。ご着席ください。本日のプライド16の収益金の一部をアメリカで起きました同時多発テロ事件の被災者への義援金として寄付させていただきます。
A portion of today's ticket sales will be donated to charities that support those affected by the September 11th attacks. On behalf of the American people, thank you.
Hi, my name is Stephen Quadros, and welcome to the Pride Fighting Championships Beast from the East. We're here at the Osaka-jo Hall in Osaka, Japan. I'm here with my partner, Bas Rutten. I spoke to every single fighter competing tonight. We've got fighters from Japan, fighters from Brazil, fighters from Europe, fighters from the UFC. They are all united in opposing these unlawful and cowardly acts that have been perpetrated against the citizens of the world. But the fighters are still going to throw down.
Oh, yes,
and they're
they
still
will.
going to try and fight. And our main event has got two of the most dangerous heavyweights. We've got Mark the Hammer Coleman, the Pride Grand Prix 2000 champion, setting himself up for a world heavyweight title shot on November 3rd, but he needs to get past Antonio Minotauro Nogueira. Set that fight up for us, boss.
I think Coleman should keep this fight on his feet. I think it's the most important thing for him to do, since he's got good hands right now, and probably he's not going to get taken down. I mean, he's the best wrestler in NHB. But if Coleman takes him down, he can do the same to him as he did to Alan Goyas. And then I think it's going to be, Coleman all over again. I think Coleman's going to win this fight.
I think it's going to be a really tough fight for both contestants. We also have a really exciting story. We've got the return of Don Frye, a mixed martial arts legend, going up against probably the most dangerous stand-up fighter in the sport, Gilbert Ivel from Holland.
And coming off 2 losses, he needs a win, and he really wants Don Frye.
Yes, he wants Don Frye bad. You know, we have a really, really strong cast of characters here, including the return of Akira Shoji. But Akira Shoji has a real task in front of him. He's fighting a virtual giant, maybe the biggest man in professional sports right now, let alone mixed martial arts. 7 foot tall. They say he's 6'11". Sammy Schilt from Holland facing little Akira Shoji at 5'8", a true David versus Goliath match.
Yeah, he's 2 meters and 12 centimeters. That's nearly 7'1". 7 foot and 1 inches. Akira Shoji has to take this fight to the ground. If he doesn't take this fight to the ground, he's going to be in big problems, because Sam Schilt has some serious striking skills. On the ground, I think it's Akira Shoji, and he has a lot of heart, like you said before. He's a true warrior. We will see what's going to happen tonight.
Our card features some of the greatest fighters in mixed martial arts. Opening up, we've got Gary Big Daddy Goodrich versus Yoshiaki Yatsu. Norihisa Yamamoto versus Asuero Silva. Daijiro Matsui versus Murillo Ninja Hua. Guy Mesger versus Ricardo Arona. Akira Shoji versus Sammy Schilt. Don Frye versus Gilbert the Hurricane Ivel. And in our main event, Mark the Hammer Coleman faces the very tough Antonio Minotauro Nogueira. Boss, I'm excited.
Oh, and I'm excited too.
Kick it off, Boss Luke, and I am Stephen Quadros. I'm the fight professor, and welcome to Osaka Joe Hall in Osaka, Japan. And here come our contestants of the evening. Quite a multinational cast tonight, Boss.
Wow, it's good as always. Great opening. Fighters are ready. Man, I got a good feeling about the whole evening now.
I do. I think a lot of the fighters are really, really focused, especially in lieu of all the bad things that have been going on in New York and the Pentagon and things. I think the fighters have really showed a lot of unity, even though they're going to be facing each other in that ring. There's nothing personal going on. It's all for the sport of mixed martial arts and nothing more. No hatred involved. Nothing like that.
That's the most beautiful thing about mixed martial arts. Afterwards, we have the party, everybody talks with each other, there's a lot of fun, jokes. It's unbelievable. Sometimes people don't believe it, but there's a lot of camaraderie.
Well, this crowd is really waiting for this. We got a lot of tremendous matches, some people looking for revenge, and it is sold out here tonight at the Osaka Show Hall. And there is Oswario Silva, the latest Silva to break into the Pride Fighting Championships, right behind his teammate Mandalay Silva. And Norihisa Yamamoto, very popular professional wrestler here in Japan. Also a very accomplished mixed martial arts fighter, had a lot of fights in the ring. Oh yeah.
The new one.
Murillo Hua, and his nickname is Ninja. Taijiro Matsui, Mr. Energy.
Oh yeah, they can make a commercial for him. Energizer Bunny.
Ricardo Arona, this guy is in such good shape, boss.
Yeah, I saw him when they were making pictures for the posters and everything. But Kai Metzger also in a very good shape.
People are standing up, they're cheering. A lot of these fighters are known here, even though they're not from Japan. And the giant himself, Semi Schultz, from Holland. And his opponent, look at Shoji.
He's way up there with Matsui. Those two together, very much alike.
Gilbert Ivel. This guy is the Hurricane, folks. Don Frye.
Wow, a lot of support.
That's a lot of support because he's been pro wrestling here for 5 years. Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira. And there's our champion, Mark Coleman. Wow. Mark the Hammer Coleman. It's hammer time.
Oh yeah, baby.
Gary, you're going to be fighting Yatsu in a rematch. What's the point?
The point is really giving somebody else the opportunity to come and try to take it to me rather than me taking it to them. He's got an opportunity. Let's see what he can do with it.
And your prediction on the fight?
My prediction is a lot of pain, same as before. Pain, pain, pain.
Don Frye and you had two classic battles in past years. He's fighting tonight on the card. What if Don Frye wins? Would you like to avenge your two losses to him?
I would more, you know what, I'd be so happy in order to beat up Don Frye again. I'm tickled pink just talking about it, getting excited.
For this pride, do you have any statement that you would like to make to the American public?
To the American public, like Yatsu gave me 80%. He thought to himself 80% he was going to win and 20% I would win. I'd be thinking really hard about the 20%. I'd be looking forward to that, my 20%.
What's your weakness?
My weakness is my corner man. Not talking loud enough.
Okay, there they are, already embracing in the ring. Picture for you, Big Daddy Gary Goodrich with the black sunglasses on, and he will be facing the very popular Japanese pro wrestler Yoshiaki Yatsu.
You know what? I hope that Yoshiaki trained his stand-up skills since last time, but
At least his defense is standing, because last time in Pride Fighting Championships in Osaka 1 year ago, he took an absolute pummeling at the fists of Gary Goodrich and lost to a TKO to that man right there, Gary Big Daddy Goodrich from Canada. He's got a very strong corner there in Tom Erickson, and he's got Brian, his web page master, in the corner as well. That's a great gesture.
yes, for sure.
Yatsu has really got to fight a different fight than he did last time, because last time he was almost reduced to being a punching bag.
He needs to take Gary down. If not, it's going to be very dangerous again. Onslaught.
Here we go. Well, Gary does look like he's in pretty good shape, and there's the shot by Yatsu, but it's a little slow. Oh, good knee there by Gary Goodrich. It's going to start right like that.
If he keeps doing the takedowns like this, it's not going to work. He's not going to take Gary to the ground. This is going to be an onslaught again, I am afraid.
Well, Yatsu assured us that he's going to give his 100% heart and soul in this fight, but if he realizes he doesn't have any shot in this, he doesn't have a problem with giving up, as opposed to taking the absolute shellacking like he did last time.
Yeah, because that's not a very smart thing to do. I mean, you want to keep going with your life and don't end it.
Yeah, Yatsu said, oh, he almost got Gary's left leg there. Looks like Gary's going to box. All Gary has to do basically is box and sprawl. And
throw some knees. He's got good knees.
Yatsu said that last time he trained a lot in boxing, a lot in sambo, a lot in a variety of disciplines, but this time he just intends to go out there and do whatever comes natural.
One thing is for sure, his boxing stance differs from the last time. That's one thing for sure. You remember last time he got his head stretched out in front of him?
Right. He really hasn't eaten a clean shot yet, as far as the punches of Gary Goodridge. Oh, there's that hand.
Oh, there's the hand.
That's not good.
That is not good.
Gary can just punch him behind the arm. If the damage to punch to the arm.
Yeah, right overhand.
Or just forearm. Hit him with a forearm just like that.
Left uppercut.
Good low kick. Right hand by Goodridge, starting to score now with the strikes. Yatsu shooting in high for a change, and Gary with that uppercut. Gary,
He nearly misses there.
Yatsu really knows he's got to get into a clinch, but a clinch with Gary means he's going to eat knees and uppercuts. And he just ate a knee there.
Actually, his first punch attempt that he made. Back to Gary. He needs to shoot lower. This is not going to do it. Gary's way too much upper body strength.
Well, he was trying to draw Gary in, and Gary's just going to chop him down with low kicks and punches if he stays on the outside like this. There it is. He goes to the double. Gary going for the guillotine, and Yatsu pulls out.
And you know what you mentioned before, we got Tom Erickson in the corner, and he trained a lot on the takedown defense, so I don't believe that this guy's Gary down.
Big right uppercut by Goodridge.
And another left hook.
There's one thing about Yatsu in the first fight. He proved he can take a punch. Because Gary gonna almost fall back into the guillotine, and they threw in the towel. Yatsu's corner has thrown in the towel.
And why? There was nothing going on. It was a choke, but he didn't tap on a choke.
Maybe they saw something that we didn't see, boss.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought that it was going to be shades of the last fight, and it's a TKO at 3 minutes 5 seconds of round 1.
Wow, yeah, maybe it's for the better. Huh? I mean,
The timing was a little off, but he was starting to take the punishment just like in the first fight. And it didn't look like it was going to get any easier for Yatsu. And Gary threw down the punches, the kicks, the knees, the guillotine choke attempt. And here he is, he's swinging with the left hook, and he catches it behind the head. And Gary catches him with the uppercut, not there, but he catches him with a really solid uppercut. And there's the shot by Yatsu, and Gary going for the front face lock, the guillotine, and he's motioning to his corner to throw in the towel.
Yeah, I saw it.
So he basically knew he was outgunned. As he had told us before, he thought if he was really going to take a horrendous beating, because he spent 2 weeks in the hospital after the last fight.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine. A normal person would have been dead.
Yeah. Okay, in our next, here's a replay of the shot by Yatsu, and Gary going for the front control, and Yatsu motioning to his corner to throw in the towel, and they do. Gary falls back into the guillotine with the guard, and the referee immediately jumps in to preserve the health and safety of Yatsu. And then they are embracing. Yatsu gave it his best shot. Yatsu's really an intelligent guy, and he'll live to do pro wrestling another day. Gary, there's a big future ahead of Big Daddy Gary Goodridge. Now, coming up in our next fight. And we're going to feature one of our Pride judges, Mr. Matt Hume.
Hello Pride fans, my name is Matt Hume. Tonight we're going to do something unique. I'm going to sit with you and judge the fights right alongside, live, during the matches. Hopefully this will give you a better enjoyment of the fights, and right now I want to give you a brief education in how we go over judging criteria in Pride. Pride has a unique and effective system of scoring fights that go to a decision. I'm going to explain that system to you now. The first criteria that we use is ippon. For the purposes of you home viewers, ippon means the effort to finish the fight. What we're looking for as judges is that the fighters display the right attitude and make the effort to knock their opponent out or to submit their opponent and to go for the finish in the fight. The second criteria that we look for as judges is damage. When the fighters are striking effectively, they will create damage on their opponent with either one strike or the accumulation of strikes. Now, we also look for damage from submission. If a fighter gets into a submission hold position, but miraculously escapes that position, but suffers damage, then we will award the fighter who placed in that position with a damage point. The third criteria that we use here in Pride is combination and ground control. Combination points are scored by the fighters throwing effective striking combinations while on their feet, and ground control points are scored when the fighters take it to the ground, pass the guard, and get positions where they can do damage from. They get points for the effort and achieving those actual positions and making those good combinations on the feet. The next criteria that is equally important is takedown and defense. Now, some of the fighters in Pride are wrestlers or takedown experts. They come from judo backgrounds or other martial arts that are unique in their takedown ability. When they achieve takedowns and show superiority in the takedowns, we award them points for that. Now, if the fighter stops them from taking them down, they are also awarded points for that. The next criteria is aggressiveness. Pride really looks for the fighters to finish the fights to create exciting fights for you fans. Now, aggressiveness is a criteria that we use that is similar to Ippon. However, aggressiveness is in general, whereas Ippon is specific aggressiveness to finish the fight. One of the things we do here also that's a criteria in Pride is a weight point. Now, if there's a difference of 10 kilograms for you in the United States, that's about 22 pounds. If there's a difference between the fighters, as you will see in one of the matches tonight, the lighter fighter is awarded a point in each round to begin the fight, so that that heavier fighter has to make that point up with other criteria. Okay, if the referee awards a yellow card to a fighter, that means the fighter has either got that card for stalling or for intentionally breaking a rule. Now, if it's a stalling call, you'll see the hand come up from the sideline judges as well. And when the referee gets confirmation, he will bring those fighters to their feet and give the appropriate fighter the stalling call. That's a point deduction. The fighters will resume the action again, and hopefully they won't stall again. Now, the other way to have a point deducted is by intentionally breaking the rules. We take rule breaking very seriously at Pride. We want to see sportsmanship and we want to see good action. So anytime a rule is broken, the yellow card is awarded, and it's possible that a red card can be awarded also, eliminating that fighter from the fight. Tonight, I'll be joining you fans for the second and third fight, and you'll have the opportunity to score the fights right along with me. When I see the criteria come up, I'll point it out, and if you want to keep the score right along beside me, we'll be able to compare notes, and hopefully that will add to your education and enjoyment of the fights here.
And now for the second match.
青コーナーよりアスエリオ・シューバ選手の入場です。
In the blue corner, from Brazil, Asuerio Silva.
Okay, and here he comes. Asuerio Silva from the Shoot Box Academy down in Curitiba, Brazil. He was very impressive in his Pride debut, and that was against Valentine Overeem July 29th of this year. He leg locked Valentine Overeem, much to my surprise.
It was a big surprise because normally Valentine is the leg lock guy, the leg lock and the front choke guy. And yeah, he took over. He had a good position. He actually could have put a leg lock on Asuerio Silva, but he didn't see it, and Asuerio had the faster lock and he tapped him out.
I think that in that first fight, he ate a lot of leather, and Valentine was able to land a lot of punches on the ground to him. But he told us that sometimes, because he's had so many fights, he'll let his opponent punch himself out and get tired.
Oh, I don't know if that's a smart thing to do. I mean, I do it in training sometimes when I want to wake up. I let myself get hit a few times. That will do the trick.
It will be Japan versus Brazil. That man right there, Oswaldo Silva. He comes to rumble. His trainer there behind him, Bujamar Rodrigo, teaches all the fighters to fight aggressively. But Yamamoto is coming in with a lot of experience. He had the unenviable task of fighting Rickson Gracie in his very first mixed martial art fight. And he lost that to a rear naked choke back in 1995. But he's compiled a very, very extensive record in rings. And he's had wins by submission over Valentine Overeem, a common opponent with Oswaldo Silva. We'll see how he deals with the strikes of Silva, because Silva wants to keep this on his feet.
And let's not talk about the strength. He has a lot of explosive power. And here we go, yeah. Roundhouse kick.
Oh, he got hit there. He's getting grounded and pounded pretty good. And it looks like the fight's over.
Oh my God.
Well, our resident judge, Matt Hume, didn't have a lot to say on that one.
Well, sometimes they go that way and it makes my job easy.
Yeah, but I wanted to give you some screen time, my brother.
Well, there was definitely the effort to finish the fight, and there was definitely damage, the two most important criteria, and we see how that works out.
Okay, that was 11 seconds in the first round via TKO. Wow. Oswaldo wanted to keep it standing, and that's a dangerous situation. Well, Matt, as ridiculous as it may sound, how would you score that one?
Well, I think I would have to sway towards Silva on that particular fight.
Well, it's interesting because Yamamoto came out and traded kicks with him.
He did. Yamamoto didn't back down. He was also aggressive. They were both fighting. They were both fighting the way the judges look for the fighters to fight. And
he's already hurt. He's already cut here, and that right hand dropped him. And Oswaldo is so accurate with those punches. He just, I mean, the first right hand opened a cut right next to the left eye of Yamamoto. And here it is, right here. Right there, he countered the left low kick with the right hand. A beautiful counter. You only can do that after years and years of training. Lots of drills, right, Bob?
Oh, man. This was by the book. A lot of aggressive power, a lot of explosive power, and going all the way. He was accurate, high kick. It was on the defense, but still, you know, it shocks your opponent. Right straight, went down, and that first hit on the ground was enormous. That was the one that finished the fight.
These guys in the shoot box are lethal. It's really sort of like a killed situation. When they come out there with such rage, such aggression, they really push the action.
Yes, they should have also all ex-murderers, not alone.
Yeah, they also, I mean, what are we going to call Oswaldo Silva? We've got Vanderlei Silva, his teammate, the action. What should we call Oswaldo Silva? Any takers?
well, tonight we can call him the finisher.
Absolutely.
Chainsaw master.
That's a little long, then. Why don't we just call him the massacrer? Ah, whatever.
One of the reasons that the judges set this criteria and let the fighters know what it is so that they fight like you saw in this fight. So that they're trying to push the action, they're trying to finish that fight. They all know that that's the most important thing in the judges' mind.
now for the third match.
青コーナーより無理色忍者選手の入場です。
From Brazil, in the blue corner, Murillo Ninja!
Okay, here he comes, Murillo Ninja Rua, also with the Shootbox Academy. This guy's undefeated right now, and he's got punches, and he's got submissions, Matt.
This guy's outstanding. All the guys from the Shootbox Academy are trained, well-rounded fighters. They're just great fighters, and they come to fight.
Yeah, he had a pretty good triangle choke in one of the highlight tapes that we saw, but he's also got very accurate punching, boss.
Yeah, you know, that's something that I really like. Accurate punching and explosive punching. Knocking people out. Best thing in life. I think it's better than submission.
He said that he wants to finish the fight fast against Akira Shoji. Against Daijiro Matsui. But Matsui, if anything, is a survivor, but he just doesn't survive. He really goes for it in the fight.
This guy is unbelievable. The energy level that he has, incredible. We're going to see a high energy level fight. Absolutely.
Okay, here he comes. A crowd favorite here in Osaka, Matsui, and this is his 10th time in Pride. The 28-year-old hails out of Takata Dojo, and one of his teammates is the great Kazuki Sakuraba. And here he comes up the elevator. I love this elevator.
It's beautiful, beautiful. It's like a Terminator thing. You know, they bring him to the place of death.
Well, it is very much like Terminator. Like, remember at the end of Terminator 2 when they're up in that big steel factory?
Yeah.
And if you fall down, you fall into a pit of hot lava. Well, here, they'll fall into the ring of the Pride Fighting Championship.
Yeah. The difference is they walk into the ring. But the end, no, that's not talking about the end.
Well, we got a little bit of a story here with Daijiro Matsui and Shootbox team members who lost a brutal decision to Vanderlei Silva, and that was back in 1999. Then he came back and shocked the world. And May 28th, there's Sakuraba right there in his corner. May 28th of this year, May 28th, he beat Jose Pele Landi, and that was a huge upset.
Oh yeah, he showed a lot of conditioning right there. One thing sure for Matsui, his condition is impeccable. He will go all the way. He saw some real good fights. I really prefer the fight of him and Carlos Newton that we saw. One of my favorite fights ever.
There's Sakuraba right there in the corner of Murillo Ninja. Now, you've got to wonder, Murillo Ninja is coached by Jose Pele Landi down in Curitiba, Brazil, the Shootbox Academy. Daijiro Matsui beat Murillo Ninja. I think there's a motivation there. The student wants to avenge the loss to the teacher. It's like a kung fu movie.
It's the best revenge and the best motivation too. And that's why it's going to be an explosive fight.
And here they are in the ring. Let's see if there's a stare down. Murillo doesn't quite have a stare down that one of his teammates, Vanderlei Silva, does. Well, actually, he does have a pretty good stare down. Look at Matsui staring right back. Matsui not even moving.
You remember Matsui grabbing the ears of Pele and slamming his head on the canvas all the time? That was a funny move, eh? Probably taught by Mr. Sakuraba there.
One thing we can expect from people from Takata Dojo is the unexpected. Murillo coming right in, and Matsui.
Beautiful sprawl.
Beautiful sprawl by Rua. And Matsui on the bottom with his back to Ninja. Ninja got that nickname. He tries for a suplex. Matsui grabs the ropes, not legal in Pride. Murillo got the nickname Ninja because as a child he used to watch a lot of ninja movies and his friends just called him Ninja. Matsui going for an arm lock here, Matt.
He's looking to scoot up a little bit and turn it to his back so he can get that chicken wing going up the back. Same move Sakuraba does all the time.
It looks like he's
got to be careful here though because he's giving his back away. And Ninja's not in too much danger right now. His elbow's above
above Matsui's elbow.
And Ninja, out of all the guys in shootbox, may have the best submissions. Oh, he's going for a rear naked choke here. He's got the hooks in. It's not a good position for Matsui. Matsui does not want to get choked out here. I don't think he will. He's spinning out. Oh no, Matsui's in big trouble here. Ninja on his back, Matsui turning.
Yeah, I don't know about that yet, because Matsui has always been an escape artist. So I think he's going to escape this and going to end up in his guard.
Let's hope that Ninja does not make the same mistake Pele did by going for a submission for 2 or 3 minutes and using so much of his energy, tiring out and letting Matsui take the fight over.
Yeah, he definitely has to preserve his energy here. And he's throwing away a lot. Took a lot from the takedown on the ground. Now he's looking good for the choke, actually. He's getting under his jaw.
I think he's got a really excellent shot at this, but Matsui turns. Matsui's got a perfect, he's got a perfect chance to ankle lock Ninja. If he puts his feet in the wrong place, Matsui can just cross his legs. And there it is. He just tried it, and we're flashing to Sakuraba. I don't think Sakuraba's worried, because Sakuraba freely gave his back to so many Brazilian fighters, including all the Gracies he fought. So I'm sure they've got this down to science.
You know, one of my training routine is that we do this exercise 2 minutes and then we switch, and it tires your forearms out.
He's got that ankle free there. Now he can. Now it's back in.
Yeah.
The hooks are back in.
He could have turned out.
You'll see Matsui try to turn. Each time Ninja gets flat on his back, you'll see Matsui turn to get a little angle. There he goes. He's turning. He's trying to hold the head on the canvas and sit up. Now he's freed the hook, and he's going to turn over.
An excellent escape by Matsui, flipping back over into the guard and landing right hands on Ninja. What a surprise. Now, Matt, Ninja had his back. How do you score the fight so far?
Well, so far, Ninja's winning the fight right now. They're both fighting aggressively. Ninja has the ground control points right now, and that's pretty much where Ninja's ahead, just on the ground control.
There's the steps coming.
Yeah, Matsui doing that little stomp kick.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna stand back up, and Matsui going for, oh, Ninja down in Matsui's half guard.
Matsui should bridge to the left right now. Not anymore.
Now, some people may wonder why I didn't score a damage point with that choke, and it was because the choke was never really sunk enough to cause any damage or to cause the danger. He was in a dangerous position, but the choke wasn't sunk far enough for me to say that was a damaging hold.
Wow.
Okay, Matsui,
look at this turn.
Matsui flipping Ninja over. This, as we expected, guys. This is an action-packed fight. Matsui standing up. Matsui, but Matsui going to give up another takedown. Look at that, hips down, trying to control the action.
Yeah, it's dangerous. He's in the corner. It's more easy to get taken down there. Yeah, he has to turn away from it. Elbow on the back. Yeah. It's not going to do a lot of damage. I wouldn't do it. I'd rather take myself in the takedown.
Matsui gives up the takedown, but
look at this.
And gets front control again. He's going to really wear Ninja out. I don't think he could choke him out here, but it's going to be a lot of energy expended by Murillo Ninja, who going for that choke, going for these takedowns.
Ninja's in a position here that we saw Walid Ismail in, where he was able to finish this side choke. If he can squeeze his foot out of there and drop to the side that his head's on, he can finish him right here. He can choke him out.
Yeah.
You watch him try to free that leg.
But does he have the energy to? Do you think he's starting to get winded now?
I think he's starting to get winded, but he's going to be sweaty now, and that leg's going to slide out. There it goes. Now he's mounted. Oh, reversal.
Oh, and reversal again.
Okay, Matt, are you impressed with the defensive ability of Matsui?
Matsui's got great defensive ability, and he's got great conditioning, too. And he fights without fear.
That's right.
This is a great fight.
Right side kick to the head. We haven't seen that before.
Takada Dojo. Takada Dojo. They will do things unexpected.
And the thing is, Matsui can't keep fighting like this. His stamina is phenomenal.
Well, now, what they're doing here is restarting the position because they were entangled in the ropes and they were underneath the ropes. So they've got to take the same position back in the center of the ring.
I think that Ninja, now that was a good up kick by Ninja. Ninja, because he's 21 years old, has got a lot of natural energy in his reserve, but he's been fighting very aggressively, and it remains to be seen if he's going to tire as a result.
Look at this fight.
A beautiful fight, rolling around, classic matchup, but should we expect any less from Daijiro Matsui?
No, we don't. Unbelievable.
This is a very even fight right now. It's a very even fight. It's been back and forth.
You see, that's why I don't want to be a ref or a judge. You know, I don't want to make these decisions. Way too difficult.
The ground control leans a little bit towards Ninja right now, but the aggressiveness is even with these two fighters, and the number one and two criteria are definitely even at this point. They're both trying to finish this fight, and they're both trying to damage each other, although no one has been successful with the damage yet.
Did he just go to the mount or not? Oh, it turns him again. Matsui. He needs to get some points for that, man. Oh, Matsui.
That counts for ground points, but again, here's the reversal from the other person.
Yep.
And what we need to look for in this position is who achieves a better position. When Matsui is reversing, he's reversing to guard, but when Ninja is reversing, he's getting to half guard, to half mount, and occasionally getting to mount. When he gets reversed is when he secures a good position. So Matsui's very aware that he is being put in a bad position, and he reverses at that point.
I think that this is a really good matchup, though, because these styles match up so perfectly. Ninja came in with about 6 fights. He's only had 1 draw, and that was in Shuto against a really talented fighter by the name of Gono. Ninja is really giving his all, but he's fighting a man who's a veteran, and he's got a deceptively poor record, but his draws are against great fighters. He's been in with Igor Bochan. He's gone the distance with a number of great fighters like Carlos Newton. This matchup has really panned out well.
Now, knowing Ninja's style, there he goes. I was just going to say, he needs to pass that guard and get to the side control position. And now he has, so at this point, he would be awarded a point for achieving this control position. Let's see what Matsui can do from here, and let's see if Ninja can finish.
Oh, he went for the knee down, knee to the head.
The knees are legal to the head on the ground in the Pride Fighting Championships.
Yeah, Matsui should put both arms on. He's going to go again.
Okay, Matsui's
with
giving
the escapes.
Whoa! Matsui with great defense and a stomp there, attempt by Hua, and Hua back on top of Matsui in the guard. Nice little sequence defensively by Matsui, but he's still on the bottom. I would have to say that Ninja is pulling ahead now.
Ninja's definitely pulling ahead now based on the ground control aspect of the fight. Again, the other aspects are really fairly even right now. Just the ground control aspect is the only thing that's giving Ninja the advantage.
Yeah, you see Ninja trying to go for the hammerlock all the time, and he can't secure it if he wants because he's got the half guard.
He's going for the key lock here.
He's too far down the body to be able to make this work. He's got to escape, but he just opened the guard and got the back again.
Whoa! There was a
nice
close
aggressive move.
And there's some valley judo for you folks, kicking the opponent. And Ninja eating a right hand by Matsui. And that was a pretty nice shot, but I don't know that there was a lot of force on it, but it still landed.
It looked like it hurt him a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt him.
When the fighters fall from the ring like that, then they're restarted on the feet.
Okay, Ninja coming in with a high knee and punching away at Matsui. Matsui doesn't really want to stay in this position, not with a Shoot Box Academy man, because these guys are really good with knees. They're really going to be rumbling. Matsui needs to take it to the mat and get on top again.
You see the referee slapping the hand. Grabbing the ropes is illegal here. And if he continues to do it, he'll get a yellow card.
I think Matsui is running out of ways to deal with Hua at the moment. And Hua kicking when he's down. This is shades of Sakuraba. Matsui's in big trouble. He got rocked by one of those kicks. Hua wants to get back up. There's a stomp by Hua. Hua dishing out a beating here. A back kick by Hua.
I've never seen that.
Spinning back kick from the top. A spinning back kick. He's really in control now. Matsui starting to take punishment. He's really got to lock Hua up. He's got to fight defensively here. He's going to make it through the round. The referee taking a close look at Daijiro Matsui. Matsui on the receiving end of a lot of shots here.
Although there wasn't one major shot that caused damage, we've seen an accumulation. Now we're seeing blood from the head.
Damage.
So there's definitely damage here. We're seeing Ninja pull ahead both on damage and on ground control. And
this is going to be dangerous now.
Yeah, there's not much time left in this round. I think they're going to let him try to finish this round. But if he takes much more damage, they're going to stop this fight.
Yeah, I think right now, Ninja is showing why the Shoot Box Academy fighters really like the rules of the Pride Fighting Championships, because this is the purest mixed martial arts show in the world, and we really tried to ensure the safety of the fighters. And Matsui may have a little bloody nose there, but he's fine. But Hua was really putting it to him at the end of that round with the strikes, especially when he was standing, delivering the roundhouse kick, the stomp, and the spinning back kick.
Spinning back kick to the head. While he was in standing position the other way down. And I've never seen this before in my life.
And Matsui tries for a side takedown there, and Hua decides to stand up here.
And then kick him in the head 3 times.
Right, and it's going to be any second here. Right there,
we go.
1, 2, and 3. The first and third ones were the most significant shots. Even though Matsui blocked those, it still was a lot of impact. And there's the stomp, and there's another stomp, and then there's the back kick there.
Unreal.
You see Matsui, he goes a little bit limp with the first 3 kicks at the end of them. He hits a hit, but he comes right back up on his legs. The referees watch for that to see if the fighters are okay to continue. Again, here, he goes a little bit limp, but he recovers, he brings his knees up. The referee was ready to jump in there if he would have stayed down with his knees or if he would have came off his hip. But the referee knows what to look for. He sees that he's coming off the hip, he sees that he's bringing the knees up, so he's going to let him try to finish since there's not much time left in the round.
I think the referees here are definitely looking out for the fighters, as in the first fight where Yatsu was taking a lot of shots and they threw on the towel, but the referee was right there thinking in terms of how much longer is this going to go on.
Absolutely, especially early in the fights. We saw this one, the damage being done towards the end of the round, so the referees are going to watch very careful. But if they see that kind of damage being done earlier in the fight, they're going to be ready to jump in there and stop that fight.
Excellent points by Mr. Matt Hume, joining Boss Ruth and myself for the Pride Fighting Championships Beasts from the East. And here we go, round 2.
I think the people at home really appreciate this, Matt, because there's a lot of information that people normally don't know, and this is perfectly explained.
Oh, it's my pleasure to...
Oh, good right hand by Matsui. Matsui letting him know that he's got some weapons for him, but Matsui down at the bottom again.
Yeah, that's not good.
You know, takedowns are one of the criteria for judgment, and that takedown was executed very well with a body lock. Matsui really didn't try to defend, so if we see them come back up to their feet again and see takedowns like that, then he will also score a takedown point.
Okay, a little bit of a slowdown now. Murillo probably thinking in terms of pacing himself, and he's going to turn up the heat. They always say in acting that a strong beginning and a strong ending, and they'll forgive you for what's in the middle. But I believe that Murillo, halfway through this fight, is going to really turn this up to try and finish it.
Yeah, I think so too.
This round.
Especially the 2 rounds of 5 minutes, which makes this whole fight interesting, because the first round they go all out, and then 2 5-minute rounds, overtime. These are the best rounds. They want to show the audience what they still got left.
Now, Matt, I know you cornered a lot of fighters, including Josh Barnett, one of the top contenders in the heavyweight division. And I would be willing to bet you that when he went back to his corner, Murillo, and got instructions, I'll bet Hujimar told him to pace himself and pick his shots and pick his openings.
Absolutely. He's pulling ahead and he's doing damage, so the worst thing that he could do right now is gas himself by going crazy at the start of the round. He's gaining advantage positions and he's slowly working to those positions and tiring Matsui out. And once he gets to that position, then we'll see him go for the finish.
And strategically, because you're fighting a guy like Matsui, who's never really given up in a fight. He's been stopped on a cut maybe, but he's never given up in a fight. Oh, good roundhouse kick. Oh, Murillo is just devastating with the strikes here. Matsui defending well against the punches, but that soccer kick did land.
You see he's adapted real well, because the first time that Matsui turned his back, Ninja went for the choke. Now he's not doing that anymore because he doesn't want to waste the energy going for the choke. He's just standing up and going for the kick to finish him.
I think he probably learned, as I said in the first round, the lesson from his teacher, Jose Pele Landi, when he went for that armbar for so long against Matsui. And Matsui trains with Sakuraba. How are you going to get a guy that trains with Sakuraba, probably one of the best armbar fighters in mixed martial arts, in an armbar?
Yeah, it's very difficult. You know, some guys have a great defense to submissions, and these shootbox guys are so adaptable to every aspect of the fight, which we're seeing with all the fighters nowadays.
Matsui giving his back up.
He's going to escape the back door like he did in the past.
But what incredible leg hooks there to prevent that escape box.
Matsui made a mistake there by not unhooking the leg when he was up on his feet.
He tried to do a somersault, but he didn't unhook. Now it's unhooked. If Matsui can pull that arm free, it's caught down in the leg right there.
But Hua is still all over Matsui in this round. It's not a close contest where the first one started off Matsui was giving as well as he got. About halfway through, he started to eat a lot of punches and kicks. This one has been all Hua on the ground.
He's bleeding all over the place right now. You see the blood dripping down. That's definitely some damage right there.
Yeah, this is from accumulation here, and that will be scored as a damage point.
Hua just picking his moments. Maybe Hua has finished a lot of fighters, and he might want to settle for a decision, although we still have plenty of time left. We've got the third round possibly, and a couple minutes left in the second round.
Knowing the coach here of the shootbox team, he's told him to not take any big chances and to just wear him down, and look for him to give away that finish.
We've seen Vanderlei Silva execute that same strategy when he fought Malenko and when he fought Daijiro Matsui. Oh, Matsui getting away. Now Matsui gonna work for, nice trip takedown there by the Ninja.
Ninja is doing very well. All over Matsui. Side control, side mount. This is going to be difficult for him. My knees to the head. Look at this.
Oh, that's not good. That's not easy.
Right watch for the cut here. He's looking to cut him above the eye there. That will get the fight stopped.
Matsui should turn to the left right now. Not anymore.
But see what Ninja is doing? He's turning Matsui's head into the knee and holding it there with the front face.
Cross face. And he's kneeing. It's a very smart technique. It's 20 seconds left. Uyu is doing the drop knees. This can give a lot of damage. I think Matsui should survive now. 10 seconds left.
If the action slows down too much, you'll hear the referee call for action, or you'll hear the referee say, improve position.
Okay, that round was total domination by Ninja. He took Matsui down numerous times and basically instituted a slow ground and pound, played around with a choke attempt, but pretty much stayed with the strikes.
In that round, we had accumulation of damage. We had definitely ground control. We had takedowns and aggressiveness all going to Ninja.
Matsui has got to be thinking, what can I do? Because Matsui, usually when he gets behind on points and he's eating punches here, he many times does not recover once he gets behind. He's not a good come from behind guy.
Yeah. Matsui is a survivor, and we'll see how Ninja's gas is in this next round. If Ninja has the gas, he should be able to finish this fight. But if he gasses out and Matsui gets a little excitement from his hometown crowd here, he could bring it on and make this a closer fight.
But at 21 years old, there's very little likelihood that a shootbox fighter, some of the greatest conditioned athletes on this earth, will gas out.
You're right, Stephen. With Vanderlei Silva and Pele and all these guys in the same room as you, if he's survived, he's definitely got some gas.
Well, it was interesting. I know Ujimar, I know Pele, I know Vanderlei because they fought here numerous times. When I met Ninja, Ujimar told me, he said, Stephen, this is Ninja. And I said, Waka! And the guy looked at me like, what, are you crazy? Which maybe I am, but...
Yeah, the Brazilians have some interesting nicknames. They nicknamed one of my fighters, Jeff Monson, the Snowman. And to us, he's the Rhino, but when he goes to Brazil, everybody knows him as the Snowman.
And why is that?
Well, because he's very white and big.
And there is Ninja in the corner, Vanderlei Silva looking on. It's really an interesting dynamic here because Sakuraba is in Matsui's corner, Vanderlei is in Ninja's corner, and they will meet in the Pride Fighting Championship 17 and fight for the middleweight title on November 3rd, 2001. That's going to be a really exciting fight. That's another interesting dynamic here. So they're fighting for their teachers, and Matsui going with that right hand again, but I don't know that he wants to stay up with Ninja because Ninja, good left hook by Ninja. Ninja really landing the shots here. Ninja wanting to trade back. Ninja wanting to trade here.
Wow, this is a fight.
You've got to be careful with the knees. Shootbox fighters are known for their Muay Thai techniques. Knees being a primary weapon of the Muay Thai arsenal.
One of the great things here that Ninja's doing is he's switching techniques. As soon as he lands something, he's not trying to land the same thing over and over. He switches his angles, or he goes from punches to knees to kicks.
I I think the shootbox style is a style that, oh, there's the soccer kick. Matsui looks like he's done.
I think he got a toe in the eye. That's it. That's
I think that's the end of the fight. The referee weighs it over. It's going to be a TKO.
Yeah, that's a good decision.
Look at Pele in the corner. Now that was an impressive victory for Murillo Ninja Hua of the Shootbox Academy, winning by referee stoppage. Matsui rolled over and looked like he'd had enough. May have taken a toe in the eye, as I think Matt said.
What a debut, huh?
Yes. And that's not right. Yeah, that was Murillo right here. Here he is. Ninja on top, kneeing away. Matsui outside the rope, and Ninja stomping straight up. Matsui is done. He's basically done there. And Murillo doesn't want to do anything extra, so he gives 2 stomps. He's looking at the referee like, please stop the fight. And the referee finally jumps in. Matsui with a judo temper, with all that sweat, Matt, it's really hard to do judo.
Very difficult, and Ninja was defending with his hips well. He was sinking his base, making it hard to get that throw off.
And here's the roundhouse kick to Matsui, not covering well. Matsui basically a beaten fighter here. He should have tapped. That stomp lands, and that stomp hits the temple, and it'll be a TKO by referee stoppage. At 51 seconds of round 3, there's Jose Pele Landi on the right, Vanderlei Silva on the left, and Rujimar Federico, the trainer and master of the Shootbox Academy, holding the trophy high. A very, very impressive wide debut of Murillo Ninja Hua. Okay, what's next? We've got these shootbox guys keep popping out of the woodwork and beating everybody down. I think people are, do you think they'd be afraid?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, fighters would be afraid to fight them.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The shootbox guys will come at you from every angle. If you have a weakness, they will find it.
Okay. Okay, now, Matt, I believe that you've got some duties as a judge for this show.
I have to do the job that I came here for. This has been great. It's been great working with you two, and I hope we can do it again.
Okay, Matt, check back with us later.
I will definitely check back with you guys, and I hope the fans got some knowledge of the criteria that we use in judging, and that'll add to their enjoyment of the show in the rest of the fights.
Well, I'm sure that the fans did. I know Boss and I did.
Oh yeah, that's what I said before. You know, I really think that they appreciate it a lot.
Great. It's my pleasure to be here.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, you guys, and thanks to the Pride fans.
Thank you.
Your opponent is Ricardo Arona from Brazilian top team. How do you expect that fight to go?
You know, it's tough to say. You know, he's a real well-rounded fighter from what I understand. I don't know that much about him. But I've seen him. He's got good takedowns. I expect him to try to take me down, and I'm sure he expects me to try to knock his head off his shoulders.
Do you have any special motivation in this fight?
You know, I don't, you know, it's kind of hard to explain, you know, with everything going on. If anything, it takes a little bit of wind out of our sail, you know, being here with all the tragedy that's going on, you know. But, you know, I look at it like this as I'm a professional, you know. This is what I do for a living, you know, and I go out there and I give 100% of whatever I have every time I go out and fight, win or lose, and I don't expect any less out of me tonight.
Have you ever had a fighter be jealous of you because you're better looking than he was?
Aren't they all? Nah, I don't know. You know, they have to take that up with them or their girlfriend.
What do you want to do in Pride after let's say you win? What next?
Next, when I win today. So, first, give a big handle with my friends to help me in my job, and later go to the party and enjoy with other guys.
Do you have any fighters particularly that you want to fight?
Oh yes, I want to fight the championship of this principal fight with Sakuraba and Vanderlei Silva. I really wanna fight with the champion of this fight.
赤コーナーよりガイ・メッツァー選手の入場です。
Okay, here he comes, boss. He's no stranger to us. He's fought in the Pride Fighting Championship a lot of times. Fought over here in Pancrase, and that was an event that you used to excel in. Pancrase. Now, how is the Pride Fighting Championship different from what you used to do in Pancrase?
Well, it's also in the ring, but the big difference is we were wearing shoes and shin pads, and we had palm strikes to the head. Close fists to the body, but palm strikes to the head. Now at the end, the last few years, Pancrase and Captain also went to close fist, pretty much the same rules as here. You see here Guy Mezger coming up with the American flag.
Guy, very, very emotional about the effects of the terrorist, cowardly acts perpetrated against New York because a very special and significant woman, Guy's fiance, lives in New York.
Yeah, Guy is totally in there. He was out there a little bit. He's different than he is normal. He feels bad about it. He has bad feelings. I hope it's not going to disturb him in the fight. I hope so too. But
Guy has all the tools. What Guy needs to do is put them together because he's got a very, very tough opponent in Ricardo Arona.
Yeah, I think this fight, he needs to keep it under feet and go for the takedown defense and strikes. But it doesn't really matter on the ground. He knows a lot of submissions too, so it's going to be a hell of a fight.
Okay, Ricardo Arona with Mario Sperry in his corner. Mario Sperry being one of the absolute greatest grapplers in submission wrestling on the earth. And there he is, Guy Mezger. Guy Mezger has Ken Shamrock, one of the icons of the mixed martial art world, also a former professional wrestler with World Wrestling Federation, and USA versus Brazil. And one thing I've got to say about both these guys, they are both consummate sportsmen. They're not street fighters. I mean, they've both been in Rumbles before, but they come here into the Pride Fighting Championships to compete. Touch gloves, there we go. And box is what Guy wants to do. He doesn't really want to go to the ground necessarily. Ricardo Arona is a world submission wrestling champion in Abu Dhabi. He's 2 years in a row, year 2000 and year 2001. And Ricardo Arona on the left is the Rings, and that's another mixed martial art organization here in Japan, King of Kings middleweight champion.
It was actually a good left low kick inside leg there by Ricardo.
Sometimes you're going to hear Boss Hooten say Ricardo, sometimes I will say Ricardo. In Brazil, they pronounce the words that begin with an R with an H sound. You got Reis Gracie and Ricardo Arona. From Brazilian top team versus the Lions Den with Guy Mezger. Mezger being patient, and Mezger countering the right low kick with that straight right, but it doesn't hit.
But it's a good low kick. If he got the same boxing skills as the kicks, then it should be good, but it doesn't look like it, but we don't never know.
Well, one thing I see in Arona is he doesn't have his chin down.
No,
and his neck looks a little bit tight with muscles. If he gets into a punching exchange, that could be a liability. He's got to get that chin down, because if Guy lands that right hand, it could create some problems.
Oh yeah, he's going to try it, and he knocked some people out with that right hand.
He knocked Egan Inoue, another jiu-jitsu. There's that right hand. And I think Guy sees that because a lot of the jiu-jitsu practitioners from the old school, they keep the chin high in the air for some reason. Maybe it's because in sport jiu-jitsu there are no strikes to the head.
Yeah, also the stance difference. You know, he leans on his back leg, which is not a good stand. You have to lean a little bit on your front leg. He leans backwards, so his weight is always shift backwards, like 75%. Who is going for the takedown?
There's that shot by
throw.
Yeah, and they've got an over-under Greco clinch here, and they're stacked up, and Arona's going to want to trip Guy Mezger if he can, but Guy has got such incredible balance. When he fought Kazushi Sakuraba in January of last year, Sakuraba was hard-pressed to get Mezger on the mat, Sakuraba being one of the best takedown artists, pound for pound, in the sport.
When we saw that right hind knee to the head from Ricardo.
Now, Ricardo is open for the right knee by Mezger because Mezger has got the underhook on that side, so he could throw that knee and it'd be very hard to trap.
Some punch to the liver right there from Guy. Ooh, that's the knee that you just were talking about.
Yeah, but Mezger has got the double underhook, so he's got chances to throw knees on Arona. There's one. But Arona, Guy gonna go for almost flex, and Arona scooting and getting the balance, ending up on top, and Guy Mezger standing back up, giving his back to Arona. Arona kneeing to the back of the leg. Great strategy, boss.
Oh yeah, I can talk about his strategy. My student just won with that.
Now, Guy Mezger landing a good right hand on Ricardo Arona. Arona taking some shots there, hesitating a little bit on the ground.
Now we see what's going to happen. He's going to do a Sakuraba on us. And Ricardo is going to jump up. Everything goes down.
I think that Mezger should back up and bring it to standing again because he was doing well standing.
Yeah, but you know, like this, you can buy a little time, catch your breath, give a few low kicks, score some points, and then eventually they will get on the feet again and start.
Mezger is giving away 10 years in age at 33 to Ricardo Arona at 23. So I'm sure he's going to pace himself. He's not going to run out there in a rage. Mezger has been fighting professionally for 13 years, and his father was a judo competitor.
Yeah, he had a lot of fights. He had like 100-something fights. He told me that he has a wall of video footage of his fights at home, a whole wall. He said, I can bore everybody to death with my video footage.
And he was very disappointed with his loss to Chuck Liddell. But he intends to come out here and throw bombs and try and knock out Arona. And I'm sure he's going to pick his moments, pick his shots. Arona, we know, wants to take it to the ground. He's shown a few kicks, but nothing damaging.
No, Guy knows that. Ooh, that was a little bit high. Guy is waiting for that right low kick, so he's countering the right low kick all the time with the right straight.
Guy, like so many fighters, and this is a redundant story, finds the internet a double-edged sword. And he says he can't even read it anymore because it upsets him what people say about fighters like Mark Coleman or whatever, and it's a lot of young teenagers behind screen names talking trash, and he stays away from that. And I kind of understand it because Guy has faced some of the greatest fighters in the sport. He's got a few losses. He's lost to Vanderlei Silva and Chuck Liddell, but he really fights well. Oh, Mezger on top now, and he's going to pass the guard of Arona, landing shots in the guard. Now this would be the fight that we'd want Matt Hume to help us with the scoring on, but unfortunately he can't. But I would have to say that Mezger is ahead in this fight.
Oh yeah, he's taking all the striking, he wins. Ricardo also landed some low kicks, but they will be countered by Guy all the time. So yeah, he's ahead.
Yeah, if they go to standing,
good rule.
Yeah, I'm glad because it's just a stalemate. Neither one is doing any damage. Arona is a little stiff standing up. And I think that if he stands up too much, that low left hand is going to invite that straight right by Guy Mezger.
Yeah, a good combination from Guy right now would be left straight to the body with the right overhand cross. I think that would do some damage.
Yeah, if he maybe threw the jab to the stomach, got Arona thinking body.
See, he's countering the right low kick all the time.
But he came up short because I think he's waiting for him to throw that low kick again. He wants to stay on the outside, doesn't want to lock up with Verona, because Verona wants to lock up like they're doing here. He'll come in raging with the straight punches. But this gives him a chance to take it to the mat.
Nice shots to the body there.
Now, Verona was going up high there with the knee, really unafraid of a takedown by Mezger. As a matter of fact, he probably wants it on the ground, even if he's on the bottom, because he'll go to reverse position. He wants to grapple Guy Mezger.
Yep, that's it. You want your opponent in your game plan. That's the ground. Take it to the ground. But yeah, you see it by the wrestler. That's a difficult task.
3 minutes left in the round.
They're slowing down considerably right now. It's really a good thing that Verona is fighting very relaxed in this spot.
Yeah, he does. He has to preserve his energy. You know, he cannot throw away everything. I think they have the same effects of stamina right now. They're both a little tired.
It's funny because I'm sorry, boss.
Yeah, he kind of tries to go for takedown all the time, but the guy got the angle. It's just not going to happen.
Okay, good call by the referee. They were basically not doing a lot, and like I said, it slowed down considerably. The referee giving him a little bit of a pep talk. I think it's funny that Verona told us that all his life he's been training with the rules of Frye, and that he's got intense concentration, and we knew that when we talked to him earlier, and that makes him, as he said, like an animal.
Yeah, he definitely got good kicks and groundwork, but his striking, his boxing needs a little work. I think if Guy really wants to push it, that's the victory, the way to the victory right there.
Do you think the guy sees him leaning back and raising his head up high, and the guy wants to try and exploit that? Like right there?
Oh, yeah.
If there would be a criticism right now of Verona, is that he is not aggressive. He's waiting too much. Guy going for the body shots. He's going for the body now, and that's an excellent strategy. You mentioned that earlier. Go to the body, then the head. Now there's the left high kick, didn't land, but Verona is letting Guy Mezger into this fight with strikes. Verona tends to telegraph that right hand.
Yeah, I don't think it's a smart idea for him to exchange punches with Guy. But also he's very well built. He's got a lot of muscle. All those muscles, they need oxygen, and I think he pulled a lot of power out. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, he's coming out there raging with some punching exchanges, and they're locked up, and Mezger almost gets the takedown there. Mezger is winning the round.
Oh yeah, he's kneeing the legs now. He should keep doing this. The back of the legs. He's in a good position. Ricardo can't do anything. Just keep kneeing the legs. It will help him in the next round or the round after that. 30 seconds. It's good because they're both going to go to the corner, going to get some advice, and then the next round will be more strategically.
I think depending on Mezger's conditioning, the stamina, do you think that his cornerman, Ken Shamrock, would tell him to be more aggressive with the punches?
I don't know. If I was his corner, I would body shots, a lot of body shots.
Okay, there it is, end of round one. Not a real exciting round, a lot of lockups there. I think Ken, or there's Alex Andrade, who's going to be the chief cornerman, but Ken Shamrock is in the corner. I think they're probably going to tell Mezger to go out and do the same thing and let the guy get tired.
Yeah, that's the
because
thing.
Mezger basically had the right game plan in the fight, and
yeah, I think he should attack more. He's countering pretty much everything now. I think he should go with a low shot.
There's that counter left hook there, and you know, Arona's trying, but you can see that jiu-jitsu is his first language and punching is his second language.
It's very well said.
And he comes in with that right hand. Mezger tries to counter with the left hook and lands a short little left hook on the inside. Mezger slipping pretty much all of those punches. Arona trying to, and Mezger almost tripping him down. A lockup there. But it was Mezger, and there's Ken Shamrock in the blue shirt, listening to the advice from Alex Andrade. And Arona with Mario Sperry in front of him. Arona looks a little frustrated here, shaking his head.
Yeah, he wants it to go to the ground. It's not working. And every time it goes to the ground, Guy's on top, and then he stands up.
Well, one thing we saw with Guy Mesger when he fought Chuck Liddell, that fight was a very strategic, slower-paced fight until Mesger landed the overhand right and put Liddell on the deck late in the round. So Liddell, when things are going slow, all of a sudden could drop a bomb. If he lands that right hand, Liddell, contrarily, compared to Arona, has got much better defense. Arona carrying his chin a little bit high, carrying his left hand a little low, could be disastrous if that right hand lands.
Yeah, that's what I say. He should go for the body, right straight to the body, left hook high, or left straight to the body with a right overhand cross. Techniques like that, don't only counter, go for the attack.
Okay, in the Pride Fighting Championships, the first round is the endurance round. That is for 10 minutes. And if it goes the distance, we have 3 rounds. The 2 subsequent rounds, second and third rounds, are 5 minutes long, so they're more burst rounds. So let's see if we see a burst of action coming in there with a left inside low kick by Guy Mesger in the red, white, blue trunks. The battle of the jabs.
Circle, guy, I want you to circle.
Yep, setting your opponent up and hope that you can land the next big shot.
Do you think Mesger would really want to come in and throw a left uppercut, left hook combo?
Left uppercut, left hook. It should be a very long left uppercut, but it would be a good combination.
Because I think right now he's only shot with the right. I think Arona is thinking in terms of defending from that side. And Mesger, who's got a pretty decent left hook and a good left hand, might want to go to the left side for a change. Mesger with a trip takedown. Mesger in side control. And Arona gets up and eats a knee.
Yeah, you want to get out of that situation. If you want to go to the ground, please be on top. That's what he thinks.
That's right.
Here we are again. We've seen the guy going to the body from this position a lot, so that's good too. Short body shots.
But we want to see him get out of this position, because this position is not a stalling position, but it's not a position of trying to win the fight. They're not going to win with rabbit punches from here. They're going to try to go for the, Mesger with an uppercut, and Arona trying to lash out at Mesger, but this,
there he got clocked one time.
Yeah, Mesger landing a left hand, but Arona going down low, Mesger sprawling beautifully, and Arona, big left high kick! Big left high kick by Guy Mesger. Arona is in trouble, folks. You like that kick, don't you?
Oh, I love high kicks. It was totally unexpected.
And that rocked him, as I said, the chin was high, and so was the kick.
We restarted in the center of the ring, which is very good for Ricardo right now. He's trying some time.
We've got over half of the round left at 3 minutes left in the round. I think Arona, if I were Guy Mesger, I would break guard, stand back up, and try for a knockout. Stand up because he's in Arona's game plan here, because he rocked him with a high kick.
He's going to go for an hammerlock. Oh, I don't know. He's going leg lock now.
Arona going for a knee bar here. Now, Mesger, he's got to slide out. The sweat is a factor here. The sweat is a factor.
Yeah, there's no knee bar right now. He can go for toe hold, but knee bar. Oh, kick to the head. Yeah, there's nothing. Toe hold, but he cannot bend the leg. If the guy bends his leg, then he could be vulnerable for a toe hold. He doesn't. Very good. Mesger's going to climb on top now.
Out of trouble.
Perfect. He should start hitting.
Mark Mesger, I hit a couple times and stand back up. Because it is a standing position that Mesger, now Mesger seems to be unhappy with the way the fight is going, and Arona pulls guard, gets half guard from the bottom.
Good.
Everybody, unfortunately, in this position here, Arona is able to clear his head, and any damage from that high kick is quickly becoming a thing of the past.
Yeah, but on the scorecards, it's Guy Mesger's round again. And if it keeps going to the third round, he's going to win the fight.
So Mesger should come in, and I think, as you said before, the combination here will be jab to the body, right hand to the head.
That's it. And Ricardo looks winded here.
And Mesger with a real good sprawl there. Arona is winded here.
Yeah.
Now this is where a knee to the body would really just damage.
It would be the best right now.
He could end the fight right there. He went to the body with that right knee, but the problem is Arona has that arm underhook, so he can catch that knee.
From left knee to the solar plexus. We'll do the trick now too. Otherwise, just start kneeing the legs again.
Mezger, yeah, exactly. Just like you said. The referee looking at Arona looks like he wants out. He's just turning his back here. Arona doesn't look in good shape here. It looks like does it look like he's ready to quit?
It looks like he's ready to quit, but maybe he thinks, you know, these punches are not that hard. Let's catch my breath. It's more important than to block these punches.
Trying desperately for a takedown, and that's going to really deplete Arona's energy. That takedown used a lot of energy.
Nice shot right there. He should throw a left knee now.
Okay,
left knee.
If he can free up that right leg, he can be in really good position to start delivering knees to the top of Arona's head. He wants to get a front headlock. Arona looks out of it here.
Yeah, he threw away a lot of energy. And, it's going to cost him. Yeah, and this is normal, you know. It's like, what do we have left in time? They're going to take a good rest right now here. And then round 2 is going to be good again.
I think that Mezger owns this round so far, no question about it.
Yeah, he came very close with the high kick.
It looked like it was almost going to be a knockout.
Yeah, if it wouldn't have been, if Ricardo wouldn't have slid under the ropes, it could have been a knockout right there.
Wow. Guy Mezger tired too. This is really where the championship rounds, when you get late into the fight and both men are tired, the word quit really doesn't flash through their minds, but it does flash through their bodies.
Oh, you can say that again. The good thing for Ricardo,
Big left kick.
Right under the jaw. Yeah, for Ricardo, it's more difficult now. What a beautiful kick.
Right on the neck. It's amazing that didn't knock him out. And as I said before, his chin was high and his hands were down.
Yep. And for Guy, it's going to be more easy. He knows he's on ahead on points. And Ricardo knows he's behind, so he's going to have to
There's
work.
the knee bar attempt.
And very close.
And he did come close, but Mezger, having fought Pancrase, they've got a lot of leg locks.
They're known for leg locks. And that's why I said when he was in the knee bar, it's going to be very, very straight. He's going to get caught.
Now, Ken Shamrock really giving Guy Mezger a pep talk. And Ricardo Arona probably getting the same from his cornermen. This has really been an interesting fight because right when we thought it was going to get slow, then boom, a high kick or a takedown, or Mezger would land a shot. Mezger definitely in control of the fight. I believe that Arona needs a submission to win this fight. I don't think he can win by knockout because he's not that accomplished a puncher.
Yeah, he hit Guy Mezger in the second round one time, you remember? And you say, oh, he hit him, and then he went for the takedown, and instinctively Guy Mezger stole that one perfectly. But it's true, you know, it's going to be a wild punch right at the button that do the trick, and otherwise he's not going to make it.
Guy Mezger.
Yeah, he's tired.
Oh, yeah. Mezger looks tired here. And Arona needs to really get busy here. I believe Arona is far enough behind on points he cannot win a decision. But Arona looks the fresher of the two right here, but we'll see when they start engaging.
Yeah, it's the instinct for Guy is going to probably do everything. You know, even if he goes for the takedown, he'll have this pull. Yeah, Guy looks winded right here. He recovers fast. Even keeping your hands up at this moment takes a lot of energy. It's very strange, man. And I had it a lot too, you know, in the fight. You're real tired, and they said, put your hands up. It takes so much power away.
Well, Mezger ducks that right hand and gives up the takedown to Arona. Arona trips him down. Mezger with the double overhooks, half guard position. Actually, he's got full guard, half butterfly. And now he's got a full butterfly guard. That would be the shins directly under the thighs of the man on top.
Yep, they're going to restart it again.
That's a good rule. I think they can actually slide him to the center.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah. But that's what I like about this about fight. You know, pull him back. Look at him. People are laughing in the audience.
Oh yeah.
As we.
Because both these guys, you know, that's one thing, Boss, you know as well as I do, being a fighter in the ring, you have to be a bit of an actor. You can't show your opponent that you're A, hurt, or B, tired.
No.
Otherwise, they're going to take advantage, but both these guys are tired.
Oh, yes. Right now, Ricardo's in a better position, but can he do something with it? That's the question. And you don't want to open up too much, which is striking, because then you give Guy the opportunity to escape.
But Mezger really looks like he's got to catch his second wind here. Is the cross face one of your favorite moves, Boss?
Yeah, just annoying your opponent, I think, is real good. Pushing your elbows on his ribs, cross face, always does the trick.
Now the cross face, in case you're new at mixed martial arts, Arona's left arm is across Mezger's face and throat. Would that be the cross?
That was a hard right straight there to the temple of Guy.
Yeah, Arona getting the better of this round so far, but is it enough
to win the fight? But yeah, I just want to say, you ask the same thing.
I don't think so. Unless he does a lot of damage and busts the guy open and cuts him, they have to look at the cut or something like that. But even then, first round was close, but still Mezger won the round. Second round, without question, Mezger was on the verge of stopping Arona. But Arona really coming back in this round, but not as aggressive as he needs to be. If there's anything to be said about someone like a guy like Vanderlei Silva, who has been beaten before, but nonetheless, he comes out in such an aggressive state. It's entertaining, and it boosts your I would say, your price tag.
Oh yeah, of course, because everybody wants to see him back. Exciting fighters, that's what the people want, you know? You don't want a boring fighter.
Mezger eating punches here. Arona landed a big right hand.
Yeah, guys should try to hold him real tight, but it's very difficult because they're sweating and they're very slippery. But that would be his best thing to do right now. Hold him very tight. The referee got to put him on the feet again, and then see if he can get some shots in.
Mezger was, as we said before, and as he said at the head of the show, really affected emotionally by the events in New York and the Pentagon and really around the world. And it really took some of his motivation out, but I think in true championship spirit, he's stepped into the ring and he's fought regardless of the depressed state that he may have been in.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, you know. It's like I said, I saw him and I know him totally, he was totally different.
Yes, he was.
You could see it, so it really affected him. It's not like his story or something.
Because Mezger occasionally can be blunt, outspoken, he's a great interviewer, and sometimes some people might think he's a little cocky in his pre-fight, but this time he wasn't like that. This time he was distracted by the events that occurred in the United States. But Arona doing what he has to do to get this round so far, but is it enough?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but
this is where we need a man like Matt Hume.
30 seconds.
Judge extraordinaire. So funny how we had Matt Hume in a fight that ended in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Got to see the irony in that.
He said he definitely wanted the aggressive part and the damage part. Now, Bell's going to land. Ooh, armbar. Just try it.
Well, if he tries it, he'll probably give up his back because Arona will pass the guard. Oh, Arona. Okay. But it was the fatigue there that betrayed Guy Mezger. Arona did land some shots, got a little nick over one of the eyes of Guy Mezger. Guy on his knees, probably glad that's over with because now he can deal with some of the things that are happening back home. Guy really,
yeah, he fought 2 fights.
I'll tell you one thing. Yes, he did. He fought the emotional fight that had nothing to do with the pride fight with Arona, and then the fight with one of the greatest grapplers in the world, Ricardo Arona, and really got a surplus of points in round 1 and 2. Arona came back a little bit in the third, much to his credit. Both men showed the heart of a champion, fought back their demons in the way of defeating the fatigue. Only the judges know. I got to go with Mesner.
Me too, but yeah, let's hope they make a good decision. Again, happy to not be a judge.
Both men, gentlemen. Ricardo
Looks like a draw almost, but the way the referee goes.
Yeah, but no.
There's no draws.
There's no draws. Not anymore. We used to have draws.
判定の結果をお伝えします。ジャッジバットガイ、ジャッジ小林アローラ、ジャッジマットアローラ。
Oh my God. Ricardo Arona has won a split decision over Guy Mesner. Well, they must have taken that first round, and there's a backflip by Arona.
So I guess he has some stamina left.
He really got his second win there. That first round was close.
Yeah, it was close. And maybe also in the second round, he hit Guy one time. And I think it's like you said, you know, the ending, it has a lot of influence on the judges. But yeah, for sure it was a close fight.
In the red corner, from Japan, Akira Shoji!
Now, when this guy comes into the ring, we see probably the truest warrior in the Pride fighting circuit.
100%. Did you see that preview, that little clip from him against Coleman? Wow.
Well, the audience didn't see that in America, but we saw Shoji take Coleman down, get him in trouble, punch him in the face. That happened last year in the Pride Fighting Championship Grand Prix, of where he drew Mark Coleman, the top fighter in the sport today, and he really gave Coleman a scare there for a second.
Oh yeah, he did. This guy is ready to go, and like we call it in the previous interviews, he's the true samurai warrior. A lot of energy.
He's going to need that warrior spirit because he's stepping in with the biggest man in the sport, in Sammy Schultz. And I think that Shoji has got to use movement and almost like be like Spider-Man. He's got to circle Sammy Schultz so many times, almost like he's weaving a web around him until the big man falls. Because if he goes straight in, it could be curtains.
It could be real dangerous because Sam's striking skills are very good. He's got very good control over his kicking and punching, and his knees especially are very controlled. And since Akira is smaller than him, that's going to be a major factor right there.
なおこの試合は両選手の体重差が10キロ以上ありますが、体重が軽い庄司選手が4点ポイント状態での打撃攻撃を認めたため通常通りのルールとなります。 ただし判定の場合は10キロ以上の体重差が有効となります。
ただいまに本日の第5試合を行います。青コーナー211センチ122キロセムシュート。
Now, Sammy Schultz right there. This bout, he's going to give Akira Shoji because he is outweighed by over 10 kilos or 22 pounds. Shoji had the option to either have knees and kicks on the ground or not. He chose to fight under full pride rules, unlike, let's say, when Vitor Belfort fought Keith Haring. Look at that. He's going to get a stiff neck just looking him in the eye.
It's a stare up. It's not a stare down.
Right. Very good, Basito. Very good.
Score! Here we go.
I expect this match to be a lot like watching the Discovery Channel. This is really, really a wild match.
We're going to places where no man has gone before. This is going to be...
I said it before and I'll say it again. Shoji being the David versus Sammy Schultz Goliath. Let's see if he needs that slingshot. We know he needs a fast shot, as in takedown.
Yeah, but it wouldn't hurt him to bring a gun also.
I think Shoji should circle to the right because it's Sammy Schultz's right knee that is the dangerous weapon.
Yeah, Schultz should only strike, punch. I think it's dangerous. If Shoji goes for a takedown, he should defend the takedown first and then goes for strikes to the head.
It may surprise Schultz if Shoji went with an overhand right through a low kick. It may throw him out. Shoji's got to get Schultz out of his game plan. But Schultz, really, if you think about it, there's never... Oh, left. It was a high kick. It would have been a rib kick to most people. But, oh, he's got a body lock and Schultz going for the guillotine choke.
Yeah, Schultz got some thin forearms, and he can sink in that front choke like he did many times in Pancras. He's got a good front choke. I don't think it's going to happen with on Akira Shoji because he's a submission artist.
Oh, this is great. Akira Shoji gets the takedown. Now, I didn't expect this. I expected this to be a stand-up fight dictated by Schultz. Shoji in Schultz's guard. Got to be patient here. And what should he do here, boss?
He's exactly doing what he should do. He's bringing Sam Schultz away from the ropes so that he has more space to do his thing. He should try to escape. There we go. But Sam is very strong. We saw him fight against Pete Williams. He was just holding the hands of Pete Williams in the guard, and Pete couldn't break his grip. So, yeah, we have to see if he can break this total grip and pull his left arm out too.
Well, I think one thing that gets underestimated is the strength of Shoji. People don't really talk about that, but Shoji has been in there and went the distance with Igor Vovchanchyn, and you have to be a strong man to do that.
Yeah, that's one thing for sure. And he went the distance also with Mark Coleman, like we said before. It's going to be a very difficult task here for Sam Schultz.
Well, there's one main thing that you got to remember in here. The Pride Fighting Championships is not just about who is the strongest fighter, but it also comes down to who is the more intelligent fighter and who has the biggest heart. And what bigger heart than Akira Shoji?
Yeah, him and Matsui, you know, these are two guys. Yeah, like we always say, I call him the little Igor Vovchanchyn, Akira Shoji. A lot of heart. He's actually built a little bit the same, a little smaller, less in weight.
Now, did you see that? Pete Williams in the Ultimate Fighting Championship could not break the grip of Sammy Schultz. But Schultz flips. Oh, no. Schultz has flipped Shoji over. Now, the point I'm trying to make is that Shoji got out of that iron grip of Sammy Schultz there for a second, but Schultz flipped him over.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. It looks like Shoji wants to go for an armbar. See that? He's trapping the right arm of Sam, and he's going to go for it, I think. Sam got long limbs, you know, everything is long, so he's very vulnerable for arm bars and leg locks. Just to watch out for that.
Now here's the battle of grips.
Oh yeah.
And Sammy is going to win that battle, but if he lets go and goes for a strike, Shoji doing really well at covering up.
Yeah, Sam's hands are as big as Shoji's feet, I think. And he just slammed his finger around with it.
Schultz going for the neck crank there, but Shoji opens the guard up.
He's prepping the arm of Shield, the right arm. He's going to go for a right arm bar.
A real strategic fight here so far, and actually an action-packed fight, even though it's been in the guard. Because Schultz is making for the action, so is Shoji. Shoji, I don't think it's possible for him to fight in a dull fight.
No, we've never seen him in a dull fight. Same as Sakuraba, always spectacular. Spectacular, what are you saying, man?
Spectacular.
Spectacular. Now, Shoji got him in the iron grip.
Yeah,
but he pulled it out.
Yeah, double overhook today.
It was a good left hand.
Yeah, it was.
But to stop Shoji with striking, it's going to be difficult. I think to stop him, it really should be a knee. He should stand on the feet, there should be a knee to the head. Otherwise, it could take a lot of punishment.
I think one of the things that Schultz might have a problem with is usually he's throwing a knee to someone over 6 feet tall. Shoji being lower, it may be easier for him to bring the knee up, but it may be a problem for him to get the accuracy to get the head because he's so far down.
5 minutes into
Yeah, maybe it is, but he should visualize his solar plexus or something for an even opponent.
Right. So far, Shoji doing a lot more than we may have expected, but Shoji pushing him back, Schultz motioning to him. Shoji probably wants Schultz to engage. Shoji doing the butt scoot here.
Oh, Shields should kick because he's got so much reach.
He should try kicking him in the head.
Yeah, he can kick him in the head.
But maybe he's afraid of the leg. Okay, that's actually a good call because Shoji basically was buying time. Now we got to watch out for those knees, his boss said. If Shoji goes for a single leg, he's got to go outside his right side. There's that knee, but it misses. And Shoji trying for a body lock. There's another knee. It lands on the arms and knocks Shoji down. That is some serious power, folks. It hit Shoji on the arms and down he went. Shoji definitely outgunned standing up there.
Oh yeah, like I said before, he's got very good control. He's very tall, but he's got very control over his body, which makes him a very dangerous striker.
Well, this fight came as a result of 2 injuries. Originally, Igor Vovchanchin, one of the top heavyweights in the sport from Ukraine, was to fight Semi Schultz, but he injured his shoulder, and Brad Kohler from the United States was going to fight Shoji. So those 2 gentlemen got injured on short notice, so Shoji decided to take the offer, never back down from a fight, to fight the monster in Semi Schultz.
Yeah, you know, talking about always a fighter, huh? Samurai's prayer. He's got the fighter heart. I mean, step in. Igor Vovchanchin, at least he has an even weight as Sam Shield, a little less. And Brad Kohler would have been better for Shoji.
I think Shoji looks a little confused. He's really got to... Oh, no, that was a hard left knee. Knocked Shoji down. Shoji really has got to use lateral movement when he stands up.
Yeah, it's
if I were him, I would sprint to the right and make Sammy Schultz start to turn. That's the only way he's going to be able to trap the leg. If for him to stand right in front of him like this, he can't do this. He's got to actually move fast as he can, but it looks like Shoji may be carrying a few extra pounds in this fight. Maybe he tried to bulk up. Shoji going for a back kick there, really not being effective with the kick.
Yeah, the reach of Sam's arms are longer than Shoji's legs. Oh, and another knee to the head. And you see he's very accurate with those knees.
He's knocked out quite a few fighters with those knees, including Guy Mesger, who he fought in a pancrase fight some years ago.
Yeah, he knocked out also Funaki with a liver punch. That was also great. Yeah, Shoji looks tired right here, a little winded. And Sam is known for his stamina. He can go all the way.
If Shoji wanted to get an easy win, to get back in the winning streak after picking up 2 losses, this may have been the wrong fight to do that with.
Oh, there's the liver shot again, you see?
Oh, Shoji is out. That's it. That's it. It's over. It's over. Shoji has been stopped by the behemoth, Semi Schultz, with strikes.
Wow. It was the liver shot that set it up. Did you see it? Yeah, the liver shot, you saw him crimping a little bit, then the knee to the head again. Yeah, very accurate.
Okay, it was 8 minutes, 19 seconds into round 1. Semi Schultz really not surprising us, because going into this fight, it would have almost taken a miracle for Shoji to be able to defeat the size of Semi Schilt, but showing the absolute warrior courage in taking the fight at last minute because of the two injuries to the two fighters previously mentioned. There's that left hook, and there's that left knee, and that's kind of what, then that left hook right there again, and a left kick, and it was left, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, starting with the left hook to the body, left knee to the head, left hook again to the head, Shoji on the way down, and the left kick on the way down really was inconsequential. Shoji was already out. Shoji walking out of the ring a little dejected, but nonetheless stepped in with the giant, gave it his best shot, and came up on the short end of the stick.
11月3日のプライド17東京ドーム大会に出場が決定いたしました桜庭和志選手、バンダレーシューバ選手よりご挨拶をさせていただきます。
Okay, our friend Kay Grant, the announcer extraordinaire. Vanderlei Silva.
Não tem essa, vou meter porrada e vou meter local. Vou mostrar o que tem. Ele vai se tornar um Brasil.
Okay, Vanderlei Silva is in the ring, announcing that he will face Kazushi Sakuraba for the middleweight title, the newly created worldwide middleweight title, and it will be a revenge match for Sakuraba. Sakuraba having lost to Vanderlei earlier this year via a very, very devastating TKO on the ground, and Vanderlei giving that look. And Vanderlei looks like he's ready to go right now. Wow. And that will happen on November 3rd. November 3rd is the date of that. It will be the Pride Fighting Championship Chaos. And that will be at the Tokyo Dome. And Vanderlei looking right at Sakuraba, wishing Sakuraba would catch his gaze.
それでは皆さん、次回プライド17両選手の活躍にご期待ください。
I'm here with Don Frye. Don, how have you been doing, man? 5 years. Why the comeback?
Ego, just to see if I could do it again, but also for my children. I want to give them a good life. Secure a future for them, let them go to college so they don't have to beat people up for a living.
Okay. How do you see the fight going? Gilbert Ivell, stand-up fighter, you want to take it to the ground, or you're just going to trade shots?
I don't know. I never know what I'm going to do. I just get out there and shoot from the hip. Yeah.
Okay, man. Now, Don, you got a special corner. Can you introduce us?
Yeah, I've got a great corner. There's Sam Sotelo, he's a corrections officer down there in Tucson, Arizona. Jeff Spencer, he's a firefighter down in Sierra Vista, Arizona. This is Denny Devine, he's my training partner, All-American, national champion in wrestling, all-around stud.
Gilbert, you got a Hickson Gracie cap. What's that about?
Make my groundwork looks better. When I put this on, I became a different man. Man, I do arm locks, arm bars. I become very good.
Don Frye.
Yeah.
Your prediction on the fight?
I think it's going to be a coward, and they're going to try to take me down. It's always, all the fighters are cowards. They don't want to stand up with me. I think it's going to be do like stupid, go to the ground. Why don't they stand up with me like a real man? Fight like a real man.
Do you think you're the most dangerous stand-up fighter in mixed martial arts?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I am.
Because you're fast, because of knees, why?
I just knock everybody out to try to fight standing with me. Yeah, that's scary.
How's your relationship with Brazilian fighters right now?
Okay, I only like Rancid Creation. I like him. Nogueira is a relaxed fight and all. And the rest.
Why?
Because I hate him. Especially the guys of the gym of the Silva. I didn't want to fight him again. Kick his ass.
What, do you have a problem with Vanderlei?
Yeah. Because he kicked me in the nuts. I want to fight him again. I kick his ass.
Okay, there it is.
And the man that Gilbert will face,
in the red corner,
formerly known as the Predator, he likes to be called Don Frye now. Don Frye, ironically, was one of the first combatants in mixed martial arts to really put strikes together. Had knees, he had punches, but he may be facing the new generation of strikers of Gilbert Ivan. Coming out to the national anthem of the United States, Don Frye, a truly patriotic American. Now, this is the kind of guy, he's like the quintessential American. You look at him, and you can almost guess he came from the USA.
He's something special, man, I'm telling you. When you met him in the pre-interview fights, terrorist son. That's what his t-shirt said.
Yeah, and never so true were those obvious words.
Oh, he's quite emotional right there. Yes, he is.
Don Frye did all but dedicate this fight to all the people who were injured and lost in that cowardly, devastating disaster that happened in New York and the Pentagon in the U.S. Almost 2 weeks ago. Don Frye, if anything, is so focused and emotional here. Well, welcome back, Don Frye. I was so excited when I found out Don Frye was going to fight, let alone when they found out he was going to fight Gilbert Ivan. I mean, I'm sure that the representative over at Green Stage Entertainment knew, because I was screaming. I was saying, all right, Don Frye is back. I was so excited. I was there when he made his debut into the Ultimate Fighting Championship in Puerto Rico in 1996. And he went through a very rugged field, including stopping Gary Goodrich in the finals with punches, made Gary tap out with uppercuts and knees. And now he's back. But as I said before, he was one of the original strikers in mixed martial arts, and Gilbert Ivan, being over 10 years older than Don Frye, may be the new breed of strikers.
Prize 16, 第6試合を行います。青コーナー、187センチ、110キロ、Gilbert Ivan!
It's no mystery that Gilbert Ivan wants to keep this fight on his feet.
赤コーナー、185センチ、105キロ、Don Frye!
Strategically, though, I think the obvious game plan is pretty obvious. Even though Don Frye has got pretty good strikes, I don't know he wants to test his strikes here with Gilbert Ivan. And there's a stare down. Gilbert, by the way, went on record and said to me, "We in Holland," and I'll quote him, "are sad at what happened in the U.S." unquote. But he's still got to take care of business.
Oh man, look at the intensity there, right there.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of intensity. But Don Frye has been in with some intense characters. He fought Mark Coleman. That's his only loss, really, was to Mark Coleman. If he should defeat Gilbert Ivan, he would definitely want to face Coleman. Gilbert jumping up and going. Don Frye gets the takedown, but Gilbert scoots back up. Gilbert almost gave Don Frye that takedown on a silver platter. It was Don, went for the body lock. Don's got underhooks here. I think it's just a matter of time before Don Frye can get the trip. Don Frye striking his way out. Don Frye hurt here. Oh, big right hand by Gilbert Ivan. Gilbert going for the knee. Don hanging onto the ropes. Oh, left knee to the sternum a dangerous area to catch a knee, Ross.
Oh my God, he got hurt with something and I couldn't see it. We saw him staggering back suddenly and I don't know what it was. Heading the ropes here.
Well, Don has got his upper thigh taped pretty heavily. He did mention something about a groin pull in the last couple of days. I don't know the extent of that injury, but nonetheless, he really wants to keep the body lock here. I don't think he should open up and strike with Gilbert. He should keep that body lock and trip and get Gilbert on the mat.
You know, this is a very important thing for him there.
This restart, this break is going to really hurt Don Frye. Oh.
Yellow card.
Gilbert getting a yellow card. What's Gilbert doing to the referee?
I don't know. I don't know, he was putting his hand backwards or something, I don't know. They should restart it in the center in the body lock position.
Don is complaining to the referee about something. Don looks like he's red around the eyes. I don't. Was he getting scratched in the eyes? Because that wasn't from a punch.
No, look at his eyes.
Was he getting out? It looked like the doctor was examining his eyes. Well, we've been off to a blazing start here. A momentary break to determine Don Frye may have some kind of an eye injury. Oh, he may have been thumbed. Let's hope it was an unintentional thumb. We don't know. Gilbert was just trying to work position and trying to get out of the body lock. Maybe he tried a crossface, boss.
Yeah, I think it was sooner. You know, when I said I saw him staggering back, I think it happened there.
Yeah, right here. Let's look at the tape. Gilbert trying to crossface right there.
Oh.
He may have used the finger. Oh, yeah, Don shirked his head.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's where it happened. Gilbert was trying to get through. Both men had their faces locked up against each other. Gilbert was trying to get the arm in there to pry Don loose. And Don getting the eye exam there by the referee. Now, one thing Don said at the end of the interview yesterday that we did for the commentary, he said, God bless America.
Get ready for a flying knee.
That there will be a flying knee. We can almost bet money that that's going to happen. Don Frye really stationary. Really stationary. He's not moving around a lot. There's the flying knee. Don traps the leg. And Gilbert trying to spin out. Both men on the ground. Don shooting in high. Gilbert trying to stay up on his feet.
Should both underhook, try to souffle him backwards.
Don hanging onto the ropes there.
Headbutting him.
Looks like Don is going back to the old UFC days. Don got the arms locked. Keep this position at all costs. Keep this position. And then, oh, Gilbert's holding on. That should be another yellow card. Don is really limping here. Maybe that Gilbert getting a yellow card. Don really limped back to that corner. Gilbert getting another yellow card. Now, it was Gilbert that got the yellow card. Yeah. Okay, so one more yellow card, the fight will be over via disqualification.
You know it's going to be dangerous.
Okay. The referee having harsh words with Gilbert Eimel. Gilbert going to throw that knee again, gets the body lock, and Frye gets Gilbert on the ground. This is really getting personal here.
Yep. This is not where you want to be with Don Frye in your guard.
No, you don't, because Don Frye is one of the first guys who can hurt people from the guard with punches. The theory was, oh, we'll just trap the arm and go for an arm bar. Now they're going to restart the fighters back toward the center of the ring in the guard position. And this is definitely going to favor Don Frye. Don Frye obviously hurting from that injury. He tried to mask the injury, but he's been limping. He can barely, they're going to restart him standing? No, they should be down on the ground. They should be back on the ground. Gilbert will not get back down on the ground. Fight rules dictate that if the fighters are going to be restarted, okay, Gilbert finally giving up.
Thank God, because he was on the point of getting disqualified.
Exactly. Okay, now wait, Gilbert's already trying to fight now. The referee is
He's got an open guard, which is not smart to do now.
No.
If Don's going to pass his guard, he's going to go ground and pound.
Don really got to keep it here for a while. Gilbert looked like he's going for an under leg hook there. Gilbert needs to sweep Don Frye. He needs to get out of this position. This would definitely favor Frye. Gilbert's got to watch out for that cross space because those fingers are getting close to Frye's eyes again. I think Frye's going to go for an over-under choke here.
Yeah, and it might work on Gilbert.
Gilbert, in his last fight, was choked out by Igor Vovchanchin. Vovchanchin, notoriously known to be a kickboxer, had never choked out anybody in his life. Ooh. Good right hand by Don Frye. Frye going for a neck crank here. Cranking up. Gilbert trying for a crossface. Looks like those thumbs are getting dangerously close.
Whoa. Yep.
And he's going for the neck crank.
Armbar. He's going for an armbar.
Unbelievable.
But now he's got side position. Oh, Gilbert needs to get up.
North-south, Don Frye. You should really start throwing knees here. That right knee, there it is. Unbelievable match. A rough and tumble affair, practically a street fight at this moment. These guys are...
Figure four coming up.
Oh, here comes the key lock. Don Frye going for the key lock in the side mount, and that is the best position to get the hold. Gilbert defending at this moment. Don Frye, the warrior, is back. Limping around nonetheless. Now almost, and he's got Gilbert mounted.
Now he's going to rain strikes.
This is a bad position for Gilbert. If Gilbert lets go of his hands, and he's got a long first round here.
Yeah, he should cross-face him, push himself away.
The crowd cheering every strike from Don Frye. Don Frye hugely successful here as a pro wrestler in the New Japan wrestling outfit. A wild first round so far. Gilbert trying to buck him off unsuccessfully. Frye going for a smother here.
Yeah, and it might work.
He's gonna, Gilbert, beautiful reversal by Gilbert Ivel into Don Frye's guard, pounding away. Don Frye pushing Gilbert back. Looked like Gilbert was gonna jump up in the air and land on him. Gilbert trying for a roundhouse kick. Don with a single leg.
Whoa.
He's going for the single. Don Frye fighting his heart out here to keep this fight on the ground. The strategy against Gilbert Ivel.
5 minutes into the round.
Only halfway through the round now.
Well, what an intense fight. He's picking him up.
And he's going for the double. He's got the double leg takedown. And they're going to restart the fighters again unless they get out of the ropes on their own. And they're trying to push him out. What an absolutely outrageous affair it's been so far.
Wow, what a fight. What has Don left? Because he looked very winded. He was squeezing his eyes also already early in the fight after that when he got poked in the eye. He was squeezing his eyes like he couldn't see enough. So he definitely wants to be in this position.
He can buy a little bit of energy here, catch his second win, and maybe even submit Ivel, because if Ivel doesn't know how to get out of the smother here and panics, and Ivel, if Don really brings his neck close to his shoulder, he can create suffocation. He can do this. It's not really going to be done against a great grappler, but Gilbert, as we said, is not strong in the grappling area.
Yeah, that's where he only legs, but he will...
Because his nose is out, he can still breathe.
Yep, his nose is still out. He should simply try for a side choke or the crush, the Adam's apple crush. That will probably do the trick. Slide your left arm now over the throat of Gilbert Ivel.
And then grab your other bicep.
That's it.
And then just bring it down like a door slamming.
That's it.
Got it. Okay, now they're going to restart him closer to the center. In the guard, they're not even let Gilbert stand back up because they know that he's not going to want to go back down. Yeah. Gilbert looks like he's not exactly fresh right here either. I'm sure he's spent a lot of emotion, and that may have depleted his adrenaline just a tad. Because he got emotional with the referee, was arguing with the referee. Gilbert pushing Don Frye back and getting back up, coming in with a right hook. Gilbert setting up the knee, here's the knee, and he gave Don Frye a clinch. Another knee, Don took that one too. Gilbert with that thumb.
Yeah, Don definitely needs to go for a takedown. It's 3 minutes. Right here, it's going to be very dangerous for him. If Gilbert's going to keep holding the rope, he's going to get disqualified.
Gilbert's got to let go of the ropes because Don almost had him on the deck, almost had him on the ground. And is Gilbert putting that thumb where it shouldn't belong again?
Yep.
And Don Frye, okay, that's it.
That's it. Gilbert lost. Disqualification.
Disqualification. Don Frye, the winner via disqualification. Don Frye has returned. He's limping back to his corner. A miraculous victory at 7 minutes, 29 seconds. Oh, 7 minutes, 20 seconds.
Look at the ring, guys. There's a lot of commotion in the ring. Iloka Elbow, famous Thai boxer from Holland, holding Gilbert Eiffel there. Gilbert is prisoner. There's a lot of commotion going on. The Frye's corner. I'm taking Frye.
Don looked like me taking a thumb or two to the eye because that kind of swelling is not for punches.
Yep.
The inner swelling like that. Now, we've said people have hearts. Don Frye, he came in injured. He could barely walk here. He had that groin pull, which really took away his shot at a diving takedown. And there's Lucian Carbine congratulating Don Frye. But the fact is that Don Frye has come back to mixed martial arts. Don Frye came back. You know why he came back? Don Frye came back because he says he wants to have a rematch with Coleman. Because Coleman handed him his only defeat, and it was a war. And Frye never gave up in that fight. The referee stopped it for strikes. So Frye is back. Need to go back and heal that leg. There he goes, limping to the side, grabbing the microphone. Let's see what Mr. Frye, formerly known as the Predator, has to say.
Gilbert's all down. We can do it again, brother. We can do it again. We can do it again.
Don Frye announcing that they can do it again, meaning he'd gladly give a rematch.
Why I almost kept why they give me yellow cards? Okay, I get it. Everybody see I get it.
Well, Gilbert's very unpopular here.
Yeah, because it's normal. He was holding the rope. You know, Gilbert's a good friend of mine. He held the rope many times. 3 times they gave him the yellow card, and that's it. Like you said before, if he's going to get one more yellow card, it's going to be disqualification.
Well,
there you had it.
Yeah. Well, here it was where Gilbert jumped in for the knee, and Don Frye got the underhooks and finally gets Gilbert on the ground. And this is early in round 1. Don Frye really summoning up a lot of internal power to get this fight where he had to, which is on the ground, because Gilbert definitely is weak on the ground, and this would be a really emotional rematch.
How have you been preparing for this fight? Because a few things happened.
Well, you know, I'll be honest with you, my preparation didn't go as planned. You know, I'm not making any excuses, but I had hoped to go out to California and get some personal instructions from submission specialists, but I had some personal problems at home with my mother-in-law coming down with ovarian cancer, so I had to deal with that and take care of my family. But I've trained myself before. I've been around for a long time, so I'm comfortable with where I'm at.
Don has been saying that he came back to mixed martial arts because of you. What do you want to say to Don?
Well, I respect that. You know, it's his only loss. It was some time ago, and it's probably maybe been eating away at him. He's a fierce competitor, and he wants to avenge that loss. Hopefully, maybe he can get through tonight's fight with a win. That's very important, obviously, and I need to win also. And it looks like that'd be a great matchup here in Japan, and also the American fans would like to see something like that, and I'd be willing to do it.
Okay, in the ring, Antonio Minotauro Nogueira. And his opponent now making it into the Osaka-jo Hall, Mark the Hammer Coleman.
It's hammer time.
Oh, yes it is. And Mark Coleman has got just such a long list of wrestling titles, but it's when he stepped into mixed martial arts that he really started to prove the dominance of wrestlers who can go into the guard and strike, or take you down and strike. He is the man responsible for the term ground and pound. You take an opponent to the ground and you pound them.
Mark Coleman, unbelievable strong, also a lot of affected by the whole happening in New York. I hope also with his mother-in-law he had some problems, so that's a mental thing that he had.
Yes, his mother-in-law was diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
He said it's okay to mention it, and he obviously has so much emotional weight on his shoulders right now. I discussed it with Mark, how there was a boxing match once between a guy named James Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was undefeated at the time, and he was pretty much a 41-1 underdog. And Buster Douglas, his mother had just died, and his wife was diagnosed with terminal disease, came in and beat Mike Tyson.
Yep.
So Coleman and I had discussed how sometimes this can be a motivating factor. Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, nicknamed Minotauro. This man has got some great submissions.
Oh yeah, he won the 32 rings tournament.
Mark the Hammer Coleman, as you were saying, Boss, he won the 32-man rings tournament.
Yes, and that's preliminary submissions. He's a submission artist. Coleman's gonna have a handful if this fight is gonna go to the ground.
Both men weighing about 230 pounds. Nogueira, really a gentleman, a class act, coming from the Brazilian top team. And Yuji Shimada really warning the fighters about the holding, after especially that last match we saw, about the holding from Ivo. Nogueira has got a really fast low kick. Coleman has got improved punching. In the standing mode, Nogueira is gonna wanna practice Muay Thai, where Coleman's gonna wanna box. Coleman, I feel, can take Nogueira down at any time. Coleman with a left hook into the clinch here. Nogueira with the knees to the legs. Coleman with the uppercut. They're rumbling right after each other, folks.
Looked like Nogueira wanted to knee him in the head, but I don't know if it's a smart thing to do to grab the neck of Mark Coleman, because now he's got the under it. This is the one arm, I see, yeah.
Coleman, we had mentioned that Nogueira had won the 32-man rings tournament, but that wasn't 32 men in one night. It was over a period of about 2 or 3 days. Coleman, on the other hand, has won 3 8-man mixed martial art tournaments, 2 in the Ultimate Fighting Championship and 1 the Grand Prix Super Tournament, which happened last May. And he knows, oh, good punches there by Nogueira.
Wow.
Stepping back with a left, right, left. Looked good to me, boss.
Oh yeah, there were solid punches and right to the head. You know, he didn't miss. It was very accurate.
Well, I think it woke Coleman up knowing that now if this guy gets range, he's going to punch.
Yeah, for sure. He trained a lot of striking. That's a thing we know for sure now, because after his last fight against Goodrich, he didn't show it. Maybe he was saving it and to show off now in this fight.
Well, plus he didn't need it because it only took him about 2 minutes 37 seconds to get Goodrich out of there with a triangle choke. Coleman knows that Nogueira is dangerous on his back from the guard position. Here, Nogueira chopping
right uppercuts.
Good right uppercuts.
Yeah, and they're hitting target.
He's really good in the clinch. Coleman throwing with the right hand over the top. Coleman really needs to take this to the ground.
Wow, who would have expected this?
I mean, Nogueira coming out with a world of punches and Muay Thai, a good Muay Thai clinch. Coleman knows he's in a fight here. Nogueira with a low kick. Oh, Coleman had the same look on his face as when he fought Maurice Smith. He knows that weapon is a really punishing weapon. Coleman answered back with his own low kick.
He looks a little winded right now. I hope he's going to recoup.
Yeah, Nogueira coming in, chopping with the right hand, and bounced off the top of Coleman's head. Coleman faced one of Nogueira's teammates in his last fight, and that was March 25th, 2001. And Alan Goes made the mistake of trying to shoot in for the takedown against Mark Coleman, exposing him to the front knees on the ground, because it was the first time they'd ever used the new rules where you can knee the opponent on the ground if he's on all fours facing downward. Nogueira stepping back. It's a smart tactic for Nogueira. Keep the distance. If I were Nogueira, I would throw straight punches and throw that low kick.
Yep, that's the best game plan for him.
Oh, Nogueira going for the high kick and slipping to the canvas. Coleman now in Nogueira's guard. Nogueira with a half butterfly. Right shin under Coleman's thigh. Coleman's got to be real careful, but nonetheless, Coleman's got to punch.
Nogueira's going to go for a figure four, I think. Watch it on the right arm, Coleman's right arm. He's holding the wrist. Oh, triangle coming up. He's going to try to pass the arm, you see.
Nogueira looks beautiful standing up, but trying for it all, trying for that right high kick and slipping. And Mark Coleman falling down into his guard. Nogueira going high. Coleman knows. Coleman does not want to get caught the same way Gary Goodrich. Oh, Coleman goes for the neck crank. Nogueira cross-facing and moving Coleman over. A real war here.
Yeah, the bad thing about the neck crank is that you're vulnerable for leg loss. He's going to go. This guy is looking for submission, and he's all over the place. Look, he's going to pass the arm. He's going to try for a triangle. He's going to pull his left knee up now.
I think the ground fight.
And then he's going to watch this. And that's the figure four. Uh-oh. Coleman should hold the inside of his thigh right now, because this could be it.
This guy's big enough, strong enough to do this.
Yep. Coleman should hold his thigh.
Oh, but he just let Coleman know that that is a weapon. Expect that. I'm sure Coleman knew this guy really a master submission. Nogueira, oh, the up kick by Nogueira. Trying to kick up now.
Choke.
Oh no, it's a bad.
Get out now.
He's got to get out because Nogueira does not have his instep locked on the back of his knee. Coleman's not in trouble right now, but he could be. If Nogueira reaches up and grabs his left heel and pulls it down over the back of Coleman's shoulder, it'll be really difficult for Nogueira giving it up. Nogueira really all over Coleman here from the bottom.
Yeah, he's working, and Coleman looked a little winded on his feet, and this is going to cost him a lot of energy because he's all over the place. He needs to defend all the time. He's a very dangerous person, Nogueira.
But we've seen Mark Coleman come out in some of his early fights and use a lot of energy with punches and aggression, but he hasn't done that here necessarily. So Coleman is leaving some things in reserve. He's not that winded right now.
No.
Nogueira, on the other hand, he made a lot of attempts. He may be feeling it.
Yeah, but it's his game. He plays all day long. He plays the half guard, butterfly guard, everything, and that's his game, you know. So, but like you said, Coleman looks fresh again.
Coleman,
yeah, he had it on the hips. He had the butterfly guard, I think, before.
Coleman looking a little frustrated. That's not a good sign to see that in a fighter's face, because once frustration sets in, they can start to...
Whoa, passing the arm again, you see? He is so slick.
Nogueira told me the last time he was here in Japan that he thought that maybe no one in the heavyweight division had the level of submission ability that he does. And we're seeing that tonight.
Oh yeah, he's absolutely right.
So he's backing up his words. But he hasn't caught Coleman yet.
No, but it's dangerous for Coleman. He's going off of the finger four, or he's going to go for a triangle.
And to pass Nogueira's guard is a really risky thing because Nogueira will go up for the triangle.
Yeah, here we go again.
Oh, there it is.
And again.
Coleman's got to pass the guard. There, almost tried to put Nogueira.
Oh, no. It's going to be over. It's going to be over.
The fight is over. It's going to be over. Coleman has got to slam him. He's got to do some. Coleman is in
big trouble here.
Coleman is on the verge of being choked out by Nogueira. Coleman is going to pull his way out. Is he going to be out? He's got the armbar, boss. Coleman tapping out. Oh, straight armbar. Mark Coleman has been submitted. Oh my God, by Antonio Nogueira. Wow, Nogueira really has got the goods on his back, guys.
Oh, and not only on his back, he really got the goods standing up too. He did some solid striking. He had some low kicks.
Well, there's a new sheriff in town now.
Oh yes.
I would have to say that this puts Nogueira at the top of the heavyweight heat.
Right away, bang, number uno.
He's the man who beat the man. Coleman was number one. Pretty much across the board, most people had him ranked in the top three. A lot of people had him ranked number one. Nogueira came in. If there was any weak point that Coleman had emotionally, Nogueira exposed up. But we can't take that away from Nogueira. And Nogueira came in to fight. He got the win. It was an armbar.
It was an armbar. It started out as a triangle choke, and then slid it over to the armbar. Look at this, how beautiful it is.
And also joining us right here, we've got Matt Hume, our resident judge, has joined us again. Matt, what's he doing here?
He's locking that triangle up very tight. He's got the leg against the shoulder, and he's very deep with it. He's got the leg straight across the back of the neck, which makes it very tight.
Now he's going to pull the head.
Yeah, if Mark can get his shoulder out of there, he'll escape, but Nogueira now he's extending into an armbar here, and Mark's starting to tap now.
And he tapped out a couple times. He tapped out on Nogueira, and then he tapped out on the referee, then he tapped out on Nogueira again. Mark's left arm, and he taps out here, and then he taps out on the referee, then he taps out and the referee, and it was 6 minutes, 10 seconds into round one. Mark Coleman falling prey to the massive jiu-jitsu skills of the new sheriff in town, Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira. A very classy individual. Nogueira really has arrived big time on the world scene. Antonio Nogueira, now, where does this put our heavyweight title fight coming up November 3rd? You got to factor Nogueira in there, because right now he beat the man who was the man. I think this opens up so many possible matchups. Antonio Nogueira, he's got so many fighters in Pride that would love to fight Nogueira. We got Pete Herring, we've got Fujita, we've got Bo Chanchin, who's beaten a number of jiu-jitsu fighters. But this guy is one of the most, I think he's the most dangerous jiu-jitsu fighter I've ever seen.
He was constantly all over the place, attacking, non-stop, and it throws everybody off, you know. It costs a lot of energy, but like I said before, that's his game plan. He doesn't do anything else all day long.
But what surprised me, Matt, was Nogueira came out and was giving Coleman a boxing lesson.
Absolutely. He's definitely been working on his stand-up skills. Nogueira is a force to reckon with. He's one of the new generation fighters who's trained both in stand-up and in ground fighting. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it really impressed me because they were in a clinch on the ropes, and then Coleman let go. Then Nogueira stepped back with a left hook, right hand, left hook, and Coleman looked at it like, what? Because he only expected the low kick.
And he was throwing knees too, knees to the legs, knees to the head. Punches, low kicks, we've seen it all. And then on the ground, master submission, all over the place. Complete fighter, so to say.
You know, this fight wasn't an upset by any means because people knew going in that Nogueira was probably one of the toughest, if not the toughest, obviously, opponents that Coleman had ever faced. Where does this put Coleman now? What does he do to regroup? Does he have a rematch with Don Frye?
That's a possibility. There are a lot of possibilities, and You know, there's going to be a lot of discussions among the Pride staff here and the matchmakers to decide what exactly is going to happen. There's a little wrench in the works right now, but what we're going to see is a fantastic fight on the next Pride show. We've got so many people in the works, we can't really say right now who that's going to be, but there's a lot of anticipation as to who it will be.
But anticipation in our world heavyweight title fight, which will happen November 3rd at the Tokyo Dome. But we also have that world middleweight title fight, and it's going to be a rematch between Kazushi Sakuraba, the submission master from the Takada Dojo, versus the shootbox terror, the axe murderer, Vanderlei Silva. That fight, boss, is going to be a war.
Oh my God, if it's going to be a little bit the same as last time, it's going to be unbelievable. But this time, Sakuraba will be adapted to the new rules. You better make a big bet on it. So if it's going to be the same thing, I don't know. I see a lot of power in Sakuraba, and I really think that he's going to go for the kill.
But you know what was interesting tonight? We saw Vanderlei Silva's teammates clean house. We saw Oswario Silva make short work of Yamamoto. We saw our new rising star in Murillo Ninja Hua, and now he made Daijiro Matsui quit. Now, we didn't expect that because we didn't think that Matsui could ever quit.
Matsui is so tough, and for Matsui to quit, he really took a lot of damage, and I think Matsui is going to need to take some time and regroup now. He's had some tough fights, and he's fought some big opponents. He's gone through a lot of battles lately, and I think he needs to get his head back together before he steps in there again.
Well, speaking of getting his head back together, let's hope that Guy Mesger, in his really close split decision loss to new rising star Ricardo Arona, can come back and maybe get back in the mix, because he was leading, in my opinion, in that fight. And then it went against him, no problem. But Arona, he really wants to fight the winner of Sakuraba versus Vanderlei. Yeah, I think there may be a little bit of a rivalry brewing between the Brazilian top team and the Shootbox Academy, because they had some words the other day, because evidently one of the Brazilian top team guys was helping Yamamoto train to fight against Oswario Silva. So the two teams had some terse moments there. I think we got a rivalry brewing there. We also saw Sammy Schilt, the Giant, come in and make short work of Akira Shoji.
Yeah, he was all over Akira Shoji. Akira Shoji got the takedown early in the fight, but then after the stand-up, he couldn't do it again, and he was raining knees and punches, a liver shot. He was all over Akira Shoji, but Akira Shoji was there to fight. He took the fight on a short notice, and that says a lot about his personality.
These fighters, the Japanese fighters, they're just all heart. They'll come in, they'll fight somebody 2 feet taller than him, you know, and Matsui has no quit in him, so for him to quit tonight, he took a lot of damage.
But the thing is that Sammy Schilt is another monkey wrench in the heavyweight division. You've got a giant here who can stop someone with a front teep kick, like he did with Pete Williams in the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Absolutely.
Now, we've got Coleman still hovering around the top. We've got Antonio Nogueira, who's really the man right now. We've got Sammy Schilt, but we have Don Frye is back. Don Frye in a wild, ugly fight against Gilbert Ivel.
Let's not forget Heath Herring.
Okay, but but Heath wasn't here tonight. We know about Heath. Let's talk about Don Frye. We'll get to Heath.
Okay.
Don Frye came in with an injury. It was a torn thigh muscle. He faced the most dangerous guy standing, but Gilbert really was, and he had a lot of animosity toward the rules tonight, a lot of disdain towards the referee. That was really kind of an ugly fight, boss.
Yeah, I think so too. He poked his eye one time, and then he kept holding the ropes, and of course, don't fight anyone to have a stand-up fight. You want to take it to the ground. So I thought that the disqualification was a good call for the referee.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. So there you have it, folks. We got to have a shake-up in the heavyweight division. As he said before, Heath Herring waits in the wings. Does Heath Herring want a shot at Bo Jansen? Does he want a shot at Antonio Nogueira? Where will Don Frye factor in this? Will we go after revenge for Coleman, then go for the title? We're going to find out the next Pride, November 3rd at Tokyo Dome. So on behalf of our new broadcast partner, Matt Hume, Bas Rutten, El Guapo, the most handsome man in the mixed martial arts, besides me,
the right side is best.
I'm Stephen Quadros. I am the Fight Professor, wishing you a very happy night. Domo arigato and sayonara.
Sayonara.
I'm here with Antonio Minotauro Nogueira. I almost want to say welcome to Pride, but you've already been here and done that. But you did it tonight against the #1 heavyweight in the world. You won it by submission. Now, talk about the fight.
Yeah, you see my stand-up getting much better now, so I was so confident. All the situation, he came to fight. Now, if he came to fight standing, I am something to give to him. And in the ground, no, I gave my best thing, triangle. And I trained a lot this position, so I couldn't do this position today.
Now, we're going to have a heavyweight title fight in November 3rd. Where do you think you stand in mixed martial arts in the rankings?
I think now I'm gonna fight with the best fighters in the world. All the Pride fighters, they pretty tough. If they bring me hitting, if they bring me Volchance, I'm gonna fight with them. I'm ready for fight with everybody.
So you'd like to fight Heath Herring or Volchance. What about maybe a rematch down the road with Coleman?
I love to do the rematch. If he wants, I love to do it with him. Rematch with everybody, haven't lost to me. So I'm ready for fight with everybody, told you.
Okay.
I love to fight with Coleman again.
Okay, very impressive, Antonio Minotaur Nogueira. Obrigado, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, guys. Big Daddy, Gary Goodridge from Canada. You got the win. Did you expect any less?
No, and if anybody else did, come on, step up and come to me. I expected to win, I wanted to win, and I got to win.
Explain to the American and worldwide public the Gary Goodridge phenomenon and why you are so popular.
Why am I so popular here in Japan? Because I'm good looking. You know, I'm flash, I'm flamboyant. I have a great body. I have a nice ass. Hold on, watch it. Take a look at this. Down, down, down. I have a nice ass. I carry the total package. Gary Goodridge is everything that anybody wants to be.
I'm here with Don Frye. Don, I said welcome back, but you said it wasn't like a welcome back.
No, I didn't feel very welcome out there. I didn't see the welcome mat.
Well, I'm really excited that you're back. Now, this was a...
I was excited until I got in the ring.
Well, what happened?
It looks like I got beat up, didn't it? It wasn't a good return.
Yeah, but this guy is dangerous. You can't, beat yourself up about the performance because he's really one of the most dangerous stand-up fighters there is.
Yeah, he is a dangerous fighter, and he proved it, tonight. He's a really good fighter, and, I was really impressed with his abilities.
Now, you told me that the reason why you came back, because you want back at Coleman, right?
Right.
I mean, that really burns inside of you, doesn't it?
Right, it does burn inside me, but now it looks like I got a rematch against Gilbert, so I don't know which one's going to come first, either Coleman or Gilbert. To me, it doesn't matter. It's up to the fans.
Do you have anything that you would like to say directly to the American public?
Yeah, we took a little bit of an ass kicking there September 11th, New York and D.C., but, we got a leg knocked out from underneath of us, but we're going to come back. We never quit. We're Americans. And we're going to rip his balls off and shove him down his throat.
Okay, and there you have it. Don Frye is back in the house. Welcome back, Don.
Thank you.